And this show's gonna be rough. I can tell already.
Brown-haired albino was unbuttoning his coat, his eyes on Cermak, who was shaking hands with Roosevelt.
Well, it's wonderful to see you, Tony. A lovely gesture.
I just wanted to remind you and your administrations that you have my full and enthusiastic support.
The albino assassin was reaching under his coat, but I grabbed his arm and pulled it away, and his hand came back empty, the gun still under his arm as his coat flapped. I buried a fist in his belly and doubled him over. And when he came up, the snout of my 9mm stared him in the face.
You got you this time, fucker!
Sounded like firecrackers, and the muzzle flash above the crowd looked like fireworks, but this was something else. Blurred figures in the crowd were falling, and a stubby, bushy-haired brown little man in a white shirt standing up on a bench was swarmed like a come-to-Jesus meeting got out of hand. Meanwhile, the ex-blonde was pulling away, and I swung at him, and he went down, unconscious, as the mass of people around us were heading to my right. I moved against the tide towards Cermak, pushing, shoving, and got to that touring car where Miller and Lang were crouched over the fallen Cermak, red spreading from his left side under his unbuttoned suit coat.
Where were the goddamn bodyguards?
I had the blonde, Your Honor. He didn't fire the round. Some bushy-haired little creep.
This was no time to tell him he'd been shot by his son-in-law's gardener.
What the hell? They got me after all, Heller.
The crowd was turning into a mob. Miller, Lang, and I were hovering over Cermak in the quiet of the storm.
Heller, get your people out of the way. We need to move the president and his vehicle out of here.
For Christ's sakes, Cermak's been shot. Take him with you. Get him to a hospital.
Roosevelt, sitting in back, heard me.
Put Tony in here and get us the hell out.
The shooter's big revolver was clicking on an empty chamber now. But that must have had an 8-round rod, as I found myself on a battlefield where bleeding audience members wandered like wounded warriors, helped by their dazed loved ones.
Although edited for television, tonight's thriller contains scenes of suspense and violence which may be unsuitable for young viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Hey, let's get media. Nope, let's get physical media. Okay, that's a funny name. Okay, I'm Breck. I directed The Crazies, and I'm really excited that we're coming to physical media with a new HDR transfer this spring. Check it out. All right. Hey, let's get physical media. I'm so glad there are fans of actually buying DVDs out there. I'm really excited that Crazies will be coming with a new HDR transfer to physical media. To 4K and HDR, ready to show you guys, so check it out. That was terrible. Hey, let's get physical media. So happy that there are fans of The Crazies out there and fans that are gonna buy the physical disc. We're doing a new HDR transfer, which I'm thrilled to be putting out there, and I hope you guys will check it out.
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your pharaoh of physical media. Let my full case go. That's right, Robert Meyer, Burnett, no cracks about how I'm wearing the same t-shirt I was wearing yesterday on 2 shows. You're right, because after last night's 5.5-hour extravaganza, I rolled into bed, barely got any sleep, rolled out of bed, made some coffee, and now I'm here back at it. But you know what? This is why I do this show with someone else. This is why I do this show with a friend, a man you can rely on, a rock, a man who I trust so much I've never even met him, not face to face. We only talk across the internet. I don't even know how tall he is. He could be 6'5" or he could be 5'5". It wouldn't matter. I still trust him. He comes to us all the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. He is Mr. Dieter Bastian.
And I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Dieter here I am Rocky like Hurricane, and welcome to the B&B Motel for Let's Get Physical Media. Even if I've gotten a little bit less sleep than usual, we will power through it. And unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of sad news because I can't give you my 50 cents on Superman the movie. I haven't seen it yet, Rob. I haven't seen it.
What kind? Okay, that's it. Okay, Let's Get Physical Media is over. I'm going to do this show myself. Hi, once again, here's the top 50 sellers for the week. No, I'm just kidding. How
What can I
you go
say?
see everything
Tomorrow,
early.
Tomorrow.
What are
Yeah,
you?
but
What
I
are you,
have to
Annie
stay
now?
shift.
Is the sun going to come back? Is Superman will come out tomorrow? Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow Kal-El will be here. How can you do that?
Unfortunately, at midday shift, I couldn't get free from work, so life got a little bit in the way. But I will have plans to see it tomorrow. Even if my 50 cents are the most trustworthy, it is not about my 50 cents, Rob. It is about how many cents ended at the box office. You see what I did there, Rob?
Well, I see what you did there. I look at that. Look at
And
you with the
And
clever.
you said last week 200 million globally. Very right, Rob. Very on the
Okay,
money.
and I also said 130 million. It was going to do 130 million. I said that on the John Campea show. I think he said 120 or 110. Here, according to our friend Anthony D'Alessandro on Deadline, the headline is, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a box office hit." Superman, no, these aren't the actuals, these are projected. Superman is opening to a $123 million, bringing it over $100 million, one of the biggest openings of the year. Warner's is reporting Superman this morning at $122 million, but this Man of Steel is higher per rivals in the $124 to $125 million range, splitting the difference. We'll call it $123 million Saturday per Warner Brothers, and we're told Saturday was $37.7 million, down 33% from Friday for the James Gunn directed movie. Warner's believes Sunday is 25% down from Saturday with $28.2 million, while rivals believe that there's an even bluer sky for Kal-El around $30 million. Warner Brothers execs have every reason to be doing the crypto doggy dance. Okay. Is there a crypto doggy dance? Because, you know, this morning, as it's the studio's second 100 million plus opening this year after a Minecraft movie opened to 162 million. Technically, Warner Brothers owns the number 1 and number 3 biggest openings of the year currently. Warner Brothers owns 6 number 1 openings year to date. Thank you, Pam Abdi, and I mean that's pretty cool. And Mike DeLuca. So you guys are doing great over there at Warner Brothers. It's also DC Studios co-head Peter Safran's biggest opening ever at the box office, ahead of Aquaman's $67.8 million, the second best opening for a Superman movie overall behind Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the best opening for a Superman first franchise installment ahead of Man of Steel. Sorry, Snyder Bros. Superman opened ahead of Man of Steel by almost $10 million. I'm just saying. And that's good stuff. And I'll tell you, I don't know why, but I was just 86th out of my what I was reading. So this is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting for Super Duper Man. Talk about pressure. DC Studios in their new chapter bet on their co-studio boss Gunn to tee them off. What if Superman didn't work? Then the whole house of cards falls down, right? But there's another way of thinking. Let's talk about the risk involved had DC Studios not tapped Gunn to direct Superman. He's arguably one of the best superhero filmmakers out there right now and a visionary who can steer between art and commerce. In regards to how Warner's and DC overcame the cynics who were out there from the onset of the first trailer, studio sources say that they always knew coming off of the recent broken DC movies there would be an uphill battle to convince audiences and be open to the new DC and Superman. It was going to take more than a 2.5-minute piece to get people off their couches. Clearly in the first trailer, the story wasn't going to be fully told too soon. It was a feel piece, all tone and feel with no dialogue. Every beat of the campaign was planned out and calculated until this weekend, which culminated in a great orchestral swell of social sentiment, audience scores, and critical reviews. Intelligence reports that 7.7 million admissions this weekend for Superman, off an average ticket price of $15.77. Wait, weren't some sources expecting Superman to go hog wild after the $22 million previews with $140 million to $150 million opening? Is MAGA to blame? Is Gunn's immigrant comments to blame? It's my understanding not at all, because the red county zones for this type of movie aren't underperforming. More on that soon. Rather, they're churning out the average amount of cash for a PG-13 family adventure movie. At $120 million, this is the ceiling for a standalone Superman movie when he's not fighting Batman in the desolate remains of Gotham. Superman's legs aren't that different from Man of Steel's, but that's only for each movie's first 3 days. Read the Zack Snyder movie between its 12 million previews and Friday did $56 million. Its Saturday fell 35% for $36 million. And we told you further down, Matt Reeves' The Batman eased 24% between Friday previews and Saturday. Back in the whip and buggy days of 2013, Warner Brothers didn't combine previews into Friday. Rather, they rolled into the weekend. So Sunday held like a miraculous rock for Man of Steel, earning $32.2 million or $36.2 million, even with Saturday. When does that ever happen? Why did it happen? Well, it was Father's Day. The AMC Burbank remains the highest grossing single location gross. That's our theater for Gunn's Man of Steel at $261,000 at one theater. The top 10 look, it was a late night. The top 10 the top 10 theater locations for Superman were AMC Burbank, AMC Lincoln Square, New York, Regal Irvine Spectrum in Los Angeles, AMC Empire, New York, AMC Disney Springs, Orlando, Regal Edwards Marquee, Houston, the Planet Houston, AMC Universal City Walk, Los Angeles, AMC Garden State, New York, Regal Kendall Village, Miami, and Regal Atlantic Station, Atlanta. According to this, the only states that go to the movies are New York, California, Florida, and Georgia. So good on you all. The top 10 markets were Los Angeles, New York, Dallas, Chicago, San Francisco, Houston, Washington, D.C., Toronto, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. Let's hear it for the city of brotherly love. So, how did the other movies shake out? Superman, Super Duper Man, between 122 and 124 million. Jurassic World Rebirth at number 2 has earned a total of 232.1 million in week 2. That's not a bad. Jurassic Park Rebirth is not doing bad. F1 is up to 136.1 million. How to Train Your Dragon has made 239.8 million. Pixar has made 63.6 million. 28 years later, Domestic has made, this is all domestic, 65.7 million. Lilo and Stitch, 414.5 million. Megan 2.0 has made, 22.3 million. And then finally, what do we got? Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. It might even cross 200 million. It's made 194 million domestic. And Celine Song's The Materialists, 35.1 million. Not bad for a rom-com and not bad for Celine Song. So that's pretty dope, dude. I mean, Super Duper Man is making some money. People are liking it. I liked it. You haven't seen it, so how good are you? Let's talk about its global opening, though. You want to know about global, don't you?
Yeah, correct.
Superman powers to 217 million global opening. Who said it?
You're right in the ballpark there, Rob. With your
Thank you. Look, man, I'm the Oracle.
Always trade to set the line a little bit below.
I'm the Oracle of Delphi when it comes to the entertainment industry. I hit 85 to 90% of the time. You know what? I'm not just a pundit. I'm the Jack fucking Ryan of movie business analysts. Richard Rushfield and Puck and all that shit. No, talk to Rob Burnett right here on Robservations. Like and subscribe. Let's see what we got here. We've got, if there's not a chart, I'll just have to read the article. Yeah. Here you go. I'll read it. This comes to us from Nancy Tartaglione. I just like saying that name. One day I'm going to meet Nancy Tartaglione, and I'm going to look deep into her eyes and say, I steal from you every week. Sunday update. Superman, the first movie in Peter Safran and James Gunn's revamped DC Studios Phase 1, Gods and Monsters, has leaped to 217 million global opening. That's in line with the pre-weekend projection of at least 200 million yesterday. We increased that to the 210 million range. The majority of business came from domestic, as the Gunn-directed Warner Brothers tentpole experienced some not unexpected softness in parts of Asia. Let me tell you something. I never experienced softness in parts of Asia. This movie might have. I do not. While in such European majors as Germany, France, and Italy, Soups landed a second-place start as Jurassic World Rebirth tugged on his cape to retain number 1 in the sophomore session. That's why I get tugged on in Asia. That's why I don't. Oh, wait, what? We will have more on Superman in just a bit. In the meantime, hot takes on other titles in the marketplace. Universal's Jurassic World Rebirth easily crossed 500 million worldwide this weekend. Only the 5th Hollywood title to the milestone this year, and the 2nd for Universal. It's up to 529.5 million through today. Kids love dinosaurs eating people. Disney's Lilo and Stitch is now this close, and it's even written that way. This close. It's not even It's one word. To becoming the first 1 billion movie of 2025 with 994.3 million through today. You go, Disney. So there you go. That's it.
Nice.
That's all the box office that's fit to print. What?
So the second weekend will be the telling one.
Not just the second weekend for Superman, but during the week as well. Remember, we're in the summer season. Kids aren't in school, and if they're not being juvenile delinquents, they're in the theater going to see Superman. So I think importantly,
because it has only that next weekend drop until
F4. Fantastic! Sing it with me now. Fantastic Four. Hey, you sang it. You sang it. Hey, let me ask you something. Did you do the pay-per-view of Ozzy Osbourne's final concert?
No, Rob. I actually went on YouTube waiting for people to upload the stuff.
What a cheap bastard you are. I know. More money so you can buy physical media. I totally understand. I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
But I watched almost not everything. I skipped through the super groups here and there, but it was really, really nicely done what I've seen. And Jason Momoa, actually, Rob, considering Pantera, went into the crowd, doing the mosh pit circle with them.
Oh, dude, he was all over it. All over it.
Yeah, correct. And Rob, back to just a little bit to the box office. Megan, as I already was foreseen, I read on the World Wide Web, Rob, will get an extended version on.
Well, because that's all we need. More of Megan 2.0.
Correct.
You know what?
But I'm looking forward to it.
There's going to be somebody on this planet that Megan 2.0 is going to be the first movie they've ever seen in a theater, and they're going to love it. We have to remember, every generation that comes after us knows more than we do.
And as far
Can't
as
believe
I
I
know,
just said I don't believe that. I just said it. I'm lying.
Since it flopped, Universal is doing their 17th day, so it will be possible to purchase this digitally on Tuesday already. It will come out on Tuesday. If it will be the extended version, I have no idea. Hopefully. Fingers crossed on that front. Rob, just a little bit technical stuff. Could you give me the output of the show?
Oh, I forgot to change that. I'm sorry, buddy. Here, you can see the light. How about that?
A little bit. Great. Nice. That's always.
I know. You just want to gaze upon your beautiful mug. You just want to see yourself.
Why don't we start? Because I got something in the mail from Adventure Square, who did send me something. He did win 2 times actually on Let's Get Physical Media. He won the Matt Heidi media book and the companion steel book. And he did send me something back. And he wrote, of course, a little bit of a letter. The first thing he got me is this nice t-shirt, which is actually a little small with large for me. L'amour.
Is that because he loves you? Ooh, l'amour. Do, 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 do.
I got...
That's a little erasure for you.
Cinema. Yeah. I got
Look at that.
Cinema.
Oh, it's actually Cinema L'Amour. Cinema Love. Is that a porn theater?
And
Can I watch 70s Bush porn at the L'Amour Cinema?
He wrote me, Rob. Happy birthday, Dieter. So this is a little bit of a belated birthday present for me. Yep. Direct from my hometown. It's a relic of our historical cinematic landscape. One of the few remaining theaters in our city, a Cinema L'Amour t-shirt. More in here, he gives me a website. Well, they still sell them, and I got this one at a street fair a few weeks ago, where the owner's son was telling me of his dad's long tenure as custodian of this wonderful urban artifact. While I never went there myself, not quite my fare, more like pussy in a sack rather than a cat in the bag finds.
Uh-oh.
While riding my
what
bike
did he just say?
And spotting
what?
More like a pussy in a sack, Rob.
Oh man.
While riding my bike
Story
on the
of my
street
life.
and spotting its familiar cinema-shaped presence, I always feel a nostalgic pang from the days of having theaters everywhere, shining up the streets with marquees, neon lights, posters, and lobby cards, enticing us to drive into their space for a holy storytelling experience within that dark space. The good old days, as they say, but the now is here, and we are centralized that viewing experience into wherever we choose to sit. Long live the future of cinema. As such, here are some trinkets of our time machine relics, t-shirt, keychain, and a circular disc containing a whole movie within its spinning grooves. Long live l'amour du cinéma, best wishes, Adventure Square, aka JC, aka a man lost in time and space eating popcorn. And besides the keychain and the t-shirt drop, he did send me a Blu-ray, and luckily, which is not often the case, but sometimes, I didn't own this title, from Larry Cohen and Vinegar Syndrome. He got me perfect.
Wow, that was
Ranger.
what a nice person he is.
Yeah. Cat in the Bag for me. No idea, never seen it. It could actually, you could reverse the cover artwork, but they are not that much different.
All right.
So, really nice. Thank you, Adventure Square, for that present from Canada. Then, secondly, Rob, I finished it. I finished your recommendation of
Oh,
Ludo.
and what'd you
And I
think?
totally, like you said, Rob, your recommendations are always, for me, okay, he gives me a recommendation, watch it, totally enjoyed it, and like you said, it's pretty heady stuff, actually. You have to pay attention to it and how it evolves with the puzzle pieces coming together. It was really greatly done, and like you said, Rob, after I've seen it in the Japanese language with subtitles, I was thinking to myself, actually, Rob, I probably should have watched it with the German dub, because you have that a lot of Swiss, all the TV stuff
Yeah.
is showing with German titles, and you even, Rob, considering verisimilitude, you had a siren that was totally a police or fire siren that's totally German. That was totally a German one, you know. So you probably could have watched it even with the German dub, perhaps. But it was great with the artificial intelligence stuff, totally nicely done. And as far as I know, Rob, it's called the first season, but it contains the whole manga, as far as I know.
Yeah, it has the whole
Nothing
manga.
else
And
to tell.
by the way, how
Yeah.
great is the villain? The bad guy.
Correct.
Really good.
Everyone, Robert. The whole character stuff. And there was totally surprising stuff happening, you know? Considering
I
the main
you know-
protagonist, I was not expecting that.
No, I thought that
No?
it was so, that the reason I loved it so much is, yes, it's Japanese anime.
Yeah.
It is so intelligent. It's so adult. Yeah, I mean, it's so thought-provoking. Not to be, not to oversell it, but when I come across it ticked all my boxes, other than being 70s bush porn, which is it's animated, so it couldn't be. But it to me, what I'm looking for in entertainment, I want something that's thought-provoking and enlightening, and also brilliantly a great story, well told. And it was really, the writing was incredible. I loved the design. The look of it was beautiful. To the point,
Especially when it comes to artificial intelligence, which is, of course, always a big topic in these days, you know?
well, I got to tell you, since this show is about physical media, I went online.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And so the thing is,
Which company put that out, Rob?
Well, here's the thing.
Animation?
I ordered this without paying much attention to it. I just looked it up.
Okay.
Well, it's all in Japanese, so I don't think that there's an English dub on this. I don't think there's subtitles.
Okay.
I have no idea. I haven't even opened
What
it
does
yet.
the cover? What does the text spec say on the cover?
It doesn't say anything. It just says 5.1 surround. I think this might even be a bootleg. I think this might be a bootleg. I think it could be. It feels. It's got that really. I mean, it's got spot UV printing on it.
Yeah.
But it does look to me like it could be a Hong Kong bootleg. I have not opened this up yet. Let's see. Let's open it up live on the show. Yeah, this looks like a Hong Kong bootleg to me. But if it is a Hong Kong bootleg, that means they ripped it off Netflix, and there's probably English subtitles. Maybe. They'll probably be terrible subtitles. Oh, look at this. It has a flip open disc.
Oh, nice.
So maybe it isn't a bootleg. I have no idea, but you know what? I would love to have had this in 4K because it's beautiful. But Doesn't matter. Even if I can just set it up and look at it and use it as a display piece. I found this on eBay. Here you go. So there you go, people.
I think, Rob, in the inside there were some text specs when you opened it, or am I wrong? Here on the right side.
Director, country, genre, audio.
Oh, okay, no.
Oh, yes, it has English subtitles.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
I mean, you know what? To be honest, it's probably not going to... It looks pretty damn good on Netflix. But it's okay, because I can put this up, and it just makes me look cool. Not that anyone, aside from me, is even going to know I ever have it. But I'll know I have it, and I can look at this and go, aren't I cool for having Pluto on Blu-ray? Yes. The answer is yes, Dieter, I am. So, there you go.
Like you said, I was surprised that the main protagonist is named Gesicht, which is the German word for face. You know?
Amazing. He was a great protagonist.
So, yeah.
Love that guy. Well, he's a robot, but I love him. You
Who
go ahead. You start, Dieter. You start.
Okay. I have a big conundrum, Rob. I don't
Nice
know
word.
what to do. Considering the 007 Steelbook box. You like to present it in the Steelbook form, which is great, but I just love the Warner Brothers packaging, you know?
Wait, you got the James Bond box and Warner Brothers. That's the best Warner Brothers box ever. So explain to the folks.
Correct.
Wait. I gotta weigh in.
Yeah.
Because
I finally got the UK one.
Yeah, one of the great pleasures in life, and the reason why America is a declining country, is Warner Brothers. If you buy something from the UK, they send it individually packed. In addition to whatever packaging it's going in, you get a Warner Brothers box. And Dieter, can I just show you something?
Yeah. Oh.
I too got a Warner Brothers box from the UK. I'm not going to show. I don't want to bogart your time, but I will let you show what.
But the question is, Rob. I like to leave the Steelbook in that safety box. You know.
Why not?
It's a totally great place to store it. Hey, don't fall off. So there you have. The Steelbook.
Hey, wait! Did you get the paper sleeve on that though? Is there a paper sleeve on that Steelbook box?
There, Rob. Yeah.
Oh, so you got okay, good,
It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the US one, but the UK one comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray. But
yeah, because the UK knows what's up.
But I have not checked it, Rob. It could be wrong. The 4Ks in here doesn't seem to have different audio tracks, but I could be wrong because when I bought it on Amazon, it says no German version, but actually US version actually has the German dub for it too. Love.
God bless Warner Brothers UK. Everybody who works at Warner Brothers UK, give them all a raise. George Feltenstein knows they all deserve a raise too. Yeah, I love these steelbooks. I don't care what anyone says.
Me too.
Iconic photos of Bond from each movie. Look at that. And Blofeld. Look, it's Dr. Evil on the back of You Only Live Twice. Dr. Evil.
And diamonds are forever. And Rob last week, Deeds, I don't care about that fucking limited edition number, but you should, Rob. Can you imagine if you have 1007 or 2007?
Oh, dude, if I got the yeah, man. Or somebody has 007.
Yeah, but that's probably not possible, Rob, because the smaller numbers will just be 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. When we get to 1007, then you would have 007. And I have here the same folder as you. I have, I think, 5060 something, but unfortunately not.
Did they start renumbering in Europe though? Oh, look at that.
I would. Oh, can I make it sharp? No.
We trust you.
Unfortunately not. 5,660 of 15,300. But I don't know if that's completely for the whole world or just European one. I have no idea. So unfortunately, not 007 as a limited number on my steelbook set. But I will leave it in that awesome Warner Brothers collectors. Not collector's box, in the package. Because there it is nicely stored. Wait, let me just back here. So, put it in. You always know where it is. And as you said, Rob, actually only the UK does this. If I would order it from Germany, it wouldn't come.
No, I mean, this is Warner Brothers UK. These are the people that gave us the Bible version of The Exorcist, even though they put that weird glue on the cover that everyone complained about. It doesn't matter. They're the greatest people ever. And since we're showing it, would you like to know what's in my box?
Certainly. Give it over to you.
I will just, I too, I mean, it's not as big as the box that you got. It's a little slimmer, but it gets the job done. Look what I got. Oh, yeah. Look at that, brothers and sisters. Hey, let's pop this puppy open. This is, of course, give me, I have Constantine. I'm constantly buying Amadeus. I'm always getting these Warner Brothers titles from the UK because first of all, they're dope. Look at this. Oh, look at that. This is a box set, obviously. There's the spine. And look at this spot UV printing on Briggs and Murtaugh's eyes. Look at that. That's some dope ass. That's some fine ass. And look, I hate this. I do hate this cover. Okay, dear bad guys, whatever. What are you going to do? But it does come with swag. I don't even know what's in this. But we got the swag. Well, you know what? I'm going to open it up. Why not? Let's see what's in here. Wow, this has lots of stuff in it. We've got, obviously, art cards. Actually, look at this, man. This is pretty dope. We got, normally I don't usually, but these are nice. Richard Donner directing Mel Gibson. Richard Donner directing Danny. Look at that. Danny Glover. Then we've got, behind this. This is really neat. These are really neat. What a celebration of Richard Donner. I won't go through them all, but, look at this. Mr. Joshua. And, of course, look at that. Danny Glover. Come on. He's getting too old for this shit. Mel Gibson. So this is a really nice set. It also came with a recreation of the movie poster, which I will not unfurl for you today. But if Warner UK puts out something, I'm gonna get it. Just if for no other reason than when something arrives and you open it up and it comes with this Warner Brothers box, and it's got each one's independently labeled. Why does it take Europeans to care about American movies more than the very studios that make them? That's why George Feltenstein, who works at Warner Brothers, who runs Warner Archive, George Feltenstein must be made the international film czar. I mean, if they're not going to release the Epstein list, they should at least make George Feltenstein the international film czar, because that would be better than even if they did release the Epstein list, because you know what George Feltenstein would give us? The secret list of everything Warner Brothers is going to put out on 4K between Shout Factory, between Criterion, between every other studio they're licensing stuff to, maybe even Vinegar Syndrome. And, come on. Better than the Epstein list, Warner Brothers UK's packaging. I'm just saying. Because really, at the end of the day, there is no Epstein list, right? But there is a list of Warner Brothers titles that are coming out on Blu-ray and 4K, which we all want to know. I don't even know what I'm saying. This comedy bit has gone on way too long. Over to you.
Quick, before I go into more physical media, Rob, of course I have another letter from Paul Allen Brunotto, considering movies in 1975. He says, more of summer movie releases of 1975. Greetings to you, Rob and Dieter, and the live chat. I would be remorse if I didn't mention the May release of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which celebrates its 50th anniversary. I remember watching Monty Python's Flying Circus TV show on PBS years earlier. I was quite familiar with their unique style of humor. Being a young lad, some of the jokes went over my head, but I understood most of them. My older sister and my older brother loved the show, so they took me to see Holy Grail, and within 20 minutes into it, half of the audience were aghast and walked out. I guess Monty Python is not for everyone, but this movie stands the test of time, and it's one of the funniest comedies of all time, in my humble opinion. And looking forward to the 4K Steelbook release on August 26th, and it's streaming on Prime Video, BritBox, Peacock, and Pluto. What are your memories of this comedy classic? Until next week with more summer movie releases of 1975. Catch you later, Paul Allen Brunotto. Considering the Holy Grail, I think I've probably seen it first on TV. I've not remember seeing it in theaters. Considering Monty Python, and I'm looking forward to the 4K too. Rob, your little take on Monty Python and
The Holy Grail. I mean, how can you not love it?
It's really specific kind of humor.
But it's very funny. It's a flesh wound.
Yeah.
I mean, I love.
Yeah. Only a flesh wound. Rob.
It's only a flesh wound. It's just no. It's the best. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is the best, and it's very, very funny. Unlike some, I always expect the Spanish Inquisition. So I mean, it's a thank you, Mary Forrest. That's such an obscure private joke that I could never even begin to explain it. But there you go. I love Monty Python and Holy Grail, and as a kid, it's interesting. When I was a kid, I watched Monty Python's Flying Circus, and I didn't quite get it. But Monty Python and the Holy Grail, good stuff. Good stuff. Love it.
Back to 007, Rob, and the limited edition number. Before I show what I got, Rob, look at my limited edition number on that title.
Come on.
Unbelievable, Rob.
That's not true. That you made that up.
Wanted to have no, Rob. It's the truth.
What is that title?
It's the truth.
What is that title? What is that title?
And it's actually a title which not features, but he has a role, Roger Moore. And it is Big Media Book of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh my God, look at that. That's a nice media book.
So this is one. Actually, for my taste, Rob, actually almost too big, because you have a comic and production notes in German and in English, actually. So it's not a 4K, it's just Blu-ray for the movie. Then you have text part. Then later we get a little bit of a comic here. And then those parts get reprinted in English. Again, and then at the back we get a little bit more of the production and some pictures for it. Roger Moore played captain in it. So this is from Retro Gold, is the company here that puts out those thick books.
That's really beautiful.
It comes with the poster artwork too, and this is really huge. But we all know the posters, since they are folded, probably wouldn't put them up. Next one, Rob. I got a Schnäppchen, Rob. because I'm not the biggest fan of biopics, but I said, okay, it's a Schnäppchen. It has the 4K and the Blu-ray. I will give it a shot. I bought like a complete. No.
Wow. Okay. Wait, it says 6
mango,
on it.
snappy.
6, so people 6 and up can see it.
Yeah, correct, Rob. Correct.
I've never seen that
Age of
before. 6.
Age of 6. Rob. And unfortunately, Rob, it doesn't have, a reversible cover artwork, so I have to live with the big number 6. So 4K and Blu-ray, but this was nicely price reduced. I think it was almost at the same price for just the Blu-ray was. So we'll give it a shot, like a complete unknown. Then the Steelbook, which looks great. The movie, okay, well, not to say it's something special, but the Steelbook is really, really nice. We got
Wow, look at that. Nice painted artwork. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's nice, Rob. The big muscly arm here comes a little bit out. It's a little bit embossed here. So from the front to the back, this is the back of the Steelbook. This one, Cape Light with the 4K and the Blu-ray. And I love if they put not just an O-ring, but those kinds of slips in it, so that you can put it right back in. So this is really a nicely looking Steelbook of this. I don't know if I should say Sly Classic, but it's over the top. It's over the top. One of my favorite movies this year, Rob, just on a Blu-ray, but for me it was a must-buy because I had a blast watching Fight or Flight. Such a great action movie. Had fun all the way through. Unfortunately, didn't do very well, and it has probably the worst cover artworks for a movie this year. But I had great time with it, and of course it features Katie Sackhoff, which plays a part in
Katie Sackhoff, who plays Janie in True Noir, the fantastic audio drama you can get at truenoir.co, directed by myself and written by Mystery Writers of America Grandmaster Max Allen Collins, who will be gracing us with his presence shortly.
Next one, I always have to wait when Barnes & Noble does their 50%. Considering Criterion, I have to wait till Amazon, does the same. So I got it price reduced. I bought Criterion's Brazil.
Dude, you don't even want to know
Okay.
about my Criterion order from Barnes & Noble.
You told us. Yeah.
You don't want to know.
It comes with.
I might have pulled the trigger. Maybe.
It comes with the 4K and Blu-ray and special features, and I love the Criterion. Oh, this is actually not a fold out for the first time. This is actually like we're used to booklets being. Normally they are fold outs, not this one. So I got Brazil in that 50% off scale from Criterion. The next one, Rob, I think you already shown it, probably even 2 or 3 weeks back, because you get those titles early.
I know.
Wait.
Oh yes.
I've got Deep Star 6, and Rob already showed it because it has reversible cover artwork.
God bless Kino Lorber.
Yeah. Unexpectedly, considering the more B or C type movie that Deep Star 6 is, but it comes actually, let me just see, to audio commentaries, interviews. Hey, there's some special features on it. Deep Star 6, which of course would be a nice double feature with Leviathan.
Would it though? Would it really? Would it really be a good double feature with Leviathan?
And that's probably a hot take, but at least they would be fitting.
I mean, that's like the bargain basement. You had Deep Star 6, Leviathan, then we jump up, all the way up to the abyss. Deep Star 6, I mean, you had those 3 underwater films all coming out around the same time. Deep Star 6, man, that was some bargain basement shit compared to Leviathan, which was some bargain basement shit compared to the abyss.
But we get bargain basement shit in 4K, Rob.
Well, and we do. And by the way, we're just the guys to own it. We own it. We do. We don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, Dieter. Can't stop, won't stop. That's all I'm saying.
I give it over to you, Rob, if you want to show some titles.
Okay, I'll show some titles. You know me. You know I love Bob Clearmountain's Super Deluxe Editions, and I have to tell you, in the 80s, I was a huge fan. I'm still a huge fan. But in the 80s, Trevor Horn, the producer, I know you bought the Trevor Horn Super Deluxe Edition disc and you didn't like it very much. It was more of a concert disc. I get it. But one of my favorite bands, other than Frankie Goes to Hollywood, actually, there's a band called Propaganda. And if you want to know, here's for all of you film fans out there, if you're a John Hughes fan, at the beginning of the movie Some Kind of Wonderful, the character of Watts is playing the drums. And what they're playing over that is a Propaganda remix that came out on Trevor Horn's ZTT Records. Propaganda's lead singer is a German named Claudia Brücken, who is an incredible vocalist. Well, before my friend Clark Von Trotha hooked me up, or didn't hook me up, but told me about Super Deluxe Edition and Bob Clearmountain remastering albums, they put out a new Propaganda album. And I love Propaganda, called X Propaganda, but Claudia Brücken came back and she sang. But by the time I went to Super Deluxe Edition, it sold out. It was gone. And I looked for it. I could find it in resellers for like over $100. But it was like $100 for that's even as idiotic as I can be buying stupid shit. It was tough. Well, Claudia Brücken released a solo album through Super Deluxe Edition, and those fine folks over there repopped. They put out a new edition of X Propaganda. So, The Heart is Strange from X Propaganda. This is Dolby Atmos album. Of course, all the stuff from Super Deluxe Edition, when it fits, comes. They send you a slipcase that's flat when so it always comes with something. Yeah. So I have this, something I really wanted. Thank you for repopping it.
Actually, Rob, is a good way to send it, you know. Often the O-rings are damaged at the corner.
Yeah.
If you send it this way.
No, Super Deluxe Edition knows what's up because they send them really nicely packaged. And the thing is, though, on something like this, if you don't pre-order stuff like Roxy Music's Avalon, they sell out. And then so these are, if they announce a Super Deluxe, this is number.
Yeah.
This was number 2. This was number 2, and they repopped it. They kept the spine number 2. I didn't know about Super Deluxe Edition when this came out, and Clark was always like lording this over me, talking about, he's like, you got to get this. And then when I went to his house, when I was in Portland last March, not last March, but the March before, working on Crisis Medicine, he's got
medicine.
Yeah, he's got like $20,000 speakers in his home theater. I mean, because he works for a home theater company. His setup, I've never heard anything. I've been in some great home theaters. Now, I've been in, Bryan Singer has $1 million home theater, which is huge. Now, Clark's is in the basement of his house, but the sound was so tight, and he threw this on. Unbelievable. The sound on this, the Dolby Atmos mix on this album is fucking insane. It's insane. It makes me want to have $20,000 speakers. Maybe one day. I'll have to stop buying Hot Toys figures and pay back all the people I owe money to. But this is amazing. And I also got Claudia Brücken's new album, which I haven't even cracked open. I haven't listened to it, called Night Mirror. Now, Claudia Brücken went from Propaganda into another Trevor Horn-produced band called ACT, A-C-T. And they also were on that label, and their albums sound incredible. Claudia Brücken is an incredible vocalist. She's a great female vocalist. And She's German. You would like her. So I got both of these from Super Deluxe Edition, and most people are like, "What?" But I care. It's like it's. I'm telling you, I'm like Luke in Star Wars. I care. This is great stuff to have. So very excited. And then,
Nice.
and then I got a box. Okay, this week was a little bittersweet for me. I've been writing articles for the Lionsgate website, and you know that Lisa Stevenson, our boy Cliffy Boy's wife, who's not just incredibly beautiful, but she's very nice and a good mother and a good wife, and they were high school sweethearts. And she asked me writing articles. I'm writing an article called "It Follows," but I didn't realize she needed it this week. But I'm writing it anyway. But I did get a box from Lionsgate Limited. Now Lionsgate Limited, they don't have a problem. They'll release Apocalypse Now. They'll release The Conversation. They'll release Kill Bill. But they also will release The Ghoulies Go to College. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not judging, Lisa Stevenson. You might be a beautiful, elegant woman, but it is not beneath you to make sure that the Vestron series that Lionsgate Limited resurrected would put out Ghoulies Go to College. Now, would I buy this if she didn't send it to me? No, I would not. But looking at this, out of the bowl and totally out of control. That's what it says. Ghoulies Go to College. I've never seen this movie. I'm hoping when I watch.
I never know that it existed, Rob.
I'm hoping that when I watch, I didn't know it existed. But this has audio commentaries. It's got, it's English, French, German, and Spanish trailers. Ooh. Apparently, Ghoulies Go to College was a very big international hit, as they are wont to do. Look at this, multiple covers. Dun dun dun. Nice. And I mean, and it looks like Kevin McCarthy is in this movie. You're Next from the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And the fact that their Vestron series is continuing is fantastic. So Lisa Stevenson, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're a studio executive, you work at Lionsgate, and you've made sure that the world has got what they needed in the Ghoulies Go to College. So thank you, Lisa. Big kiss. Mwah. Thank you for that. Now that's Ghoulies Go to College, but when I get these boxes, they're like big and they're wrapped up with all kinds of bubble wrap. I didn't even know they were putting this out. Nicolas Cage in The Surfer. Now, this is like this matte finish O-ring. This looks so 70s, dude. Yeah. This is some choice ass. I really wanted to see this. I hadn't seen it yet. And look at this.
I haven't seen it.
Look at this. The O-ring, and it's got the, like you said, this is very shiny. It's shiny. Look. Yeah. Oh, it looks shiny. And then, it's got digital code. You open it up. I mean, look at that. You got the Blu-ray.
Okay, nice.
And look at that. I didn't even know I was getting this. So once again, Lisa Stevenson sent me this box because I'm writing articles for their website. By the way, you know what? She's actually paying me a good rate to write articles for their website. I've never sent in an invoice. They're like, they owe me thousands of dollars. I've never sent in an invoice. One day, maybe I should. Maybe she's like, well, that's why we're sending you discs. But then, not to be outdone, the Piece de Resistance from Lionsgate Limited. Bill Paxton's Frailty.
Ooh.
This is a box set. This is as prestigious. You can't say prestige. It's totally prestige, dude. This is prestigious as it comes, man, dude. Look at that. Like, this is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And first of all,
they're switching it a little bit up from just only steelbooks.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You got the whole American Gothic riff, which is actually really, really, really clever on their part. This is peak Lionsgate Limited. You got digital codes. And then it also comes with, I mean, a la Second Sight. This is a huge book. This is a thick, really interesting. This is the script. This is the annotated screenplay with all of Bill Paxton's notes. It is fascinating, by the way, to look at. I mean, really, it is a reproduction of his. This is one of the coolest, because it's his actual, This is a really, really, you get script sometimes. This is really effing cool. And I got to give all the credit in the world, because Lisa Stevenson, if you ever saw a picture of her, you'd want to wife her up, I'm telling you. And Cliff did. This is the kind of stuff that you want to get as a special feature, because, getting the insight and looking into how Bill Paxton felt when he was making this film. As an aside, my ex-wife actually did the original DVD box for this back in the early aughts. I just bring her up because I used to be cool. But still, no, I'm still cool. Come on. Who are we kidding? But this is a really, really amazing set. And they don't pay me to say it. They don't. But Frailty, this is a really great film. And to get this they really went all out on this. I love this. Yeah. And so, if you think about it, what company in 1 month is going to give you Ghoulies Go to College, Nicolas Cage in The Surfer, and a prestige release of the late, great Bill Paxton's Frailty? You know what? No one.
So
only Lisa's.
A great time span here, Rob. Something pretty new with The Surfer, something perhaps from the 80s. I don't know when Ghoulies Go to College came out. And something from the
It doesn't
90s.
even matter when Ghoulies Go to College came out. Just that it exists at all. I don't even need to watch it because I know what it's going to be. Although I will say this. My friend Adam Carl and I did go see the Ghoulies at the Admiral Twin in West Seattle. Just saying. The same theater we saw Life Force in.
And you always said, I need that third movie.
Yeah, man. I was.
They go to college.
Yeah, there you go. So that I got more to show, but you go Lions and their logo, Lionsgate Limited's logo. Come on, man. You got to love Lionsgate Limited. Fuck them. So good. Love them. What a great showing for this month.
Yeah. And we have somebody waiting in his C-Wing to join us.
I don't see him, man.
I see him.
I don't. Oh, is he there? He just popped in. I didn't even have to let him in.
Yeah.
The C-Wing. Why don't you? Well, first of all, if we're gonna announce him, let's do it properly, shall we? But now here's the thing. That was the introduction for the great. He's not late for this show because he's coming early. I asked him to come early as opposed to an hour later. But I forgot to actually insert him into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Max Allen Collins, Mystery Writers of America Grandmaster, the man who wrote CSI novelizations, actually original CSI novels. I mean, come on. It's Mr. Max Allen Collins. You can come see the two of us at Comic-Con on Friday of Comic-Con. Max, how are you?
I'm good, and I wanted to tell you I love the Superman movie.
You did?
Yeah, and I took I took my whole family to it.
Did they like it too?
At the age range, everybody loved it. My wife loved it. My son loved it. My grandkids loved it. My daughter-in-law loved it. Terrific movie.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's what you want. Max is a good hype man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, today, I'm supposed to be here talking about noir, and last time I talked about everything but noir. So we got an all noir show today.
Well, you don't have to you can talk about whatever you want. I mean, the thing is, I'm basically God on this show. And if I say you can talk about whatever you want, you can talk about whatever you want. So.
But what if I'm agnostic?
It doesn't matter. I'm not. Oh. I'm all about myself. I'm all about wielding benevolent power to great people.
Well, the first thing I want to talk about is the latest film noir, The Dark Side of Cinema 25 from your friends and mine.
My friends at Kino Lorber. And tell us a little bit about, first of all, the this ongoing. I mean, 25 volumes. Each one comes with 3 movies, and tell me about that. What? Tell me about this series. Tell us a little bit about their series.
It's usually crime movies from the 40s and 50s, early 50s. Some people would say it's not pure noir, but as we've discussed, everybody seems to have a definition of noir. This is a good example. It shows that even though they're at the 25th iteration, it's a particularly well curated box. All 3 movies are by the same director.
Really?
Yes, and it's a guy named John H. Auer, who was completely off my radar. Here I am, a noir film, a mystery writer since I was a kid, and a movie fan. I never heard of him, and so I looked him up, and he made just a lot of stuff, and we'll get into that when we get to his movies. But let me talk about those. I was going to talk about The Tall Target first.
Well, why don't you talk, since you brought his movies up?
Yes, I will. The first movie is called The City That Never Sleeps. And the city that never sleeps is Chicago in this movie because Frank Sinatra hadn't sung New York, New York yet. And what's, I think, make this of interest to you, Rob, is that the surface of this movie is a gritty noir. It really does look like a noir with the shadows and the betrayals and all the stuff that you would expect to see including Marie Windsor. We almost always expect Marie Windsor to be, being a noir movie.
I know I do.
But it's actually a fantasy film.
Really?
Yes, and it doesn't wear that on its sleeve, but it is, because it begins like one of these Naked City pseudo-noir, pseudo-documentary, I should say, movies with a narrator who talks about the all-seeing narrator, a god kind of character. You may be able to identify with that. But you know how these movies, the
Come on, man. I'm just kidding about that. I'm not really a godlike character.
No.
I do not have a messianic complex. I do not walk around expecting people to, I'm not like Dawn, Day, and Dusk in the Foundation series.
Okay.
But you can worship me if you want. I worship you.
Well, thank you very much. It's a small club.
What a good club.
You may be the president. But it opens with one of these narrations telling you about the city. Very typical of like Naked City, which kind of set the standard for it. The voice, the narration voice, is Chill Wills. Who's, he's also the voice of Francis the Talking Mule.
Yes.
But we'll just put that aside for right now. He has a wonderful voice, and he seems to just be a typical omniscient narrator. But fairly soon in the movie, he shows up kind of mysteriously as the partner of Gig Young, who's this troubled cop out on patrol, and his regular guy is sick, and this is supposed to be the substitute. But you very quickly understand that he isn't just the substitute. This is some kind of angel or manifestation of God, frankly.
Wow.
And then the story plays out as a very kind of convoluted story, very gritty, but all the pieces fit together kind of too conveniently to make you feel like you're not seeing glimpses of different things from around the city. You're seeing one intertwined story about this cop who's considering leaving his wife for a showgirl. Now, while this has this fantasy aspect to it, we're going on location all over Chicago. The Silver Frolics, the nightclub, the Marquette Building, Wrigley Building. Most of it was probably shot at Republic Studios, but there's a bunch of location shooting in Chicago, and it really has a flavor. I find it kind of odd. I think if you don't understand that there's a fantasy aspect to it, you might say, this is really far-fetched. But fantasies are far-fetched.
They are. You should be in my imagination every night.
To some places I prefer not to go.
Oh.
And this gentleman, I only know of really 3 movies he made that are kind of note, and they're all in this box. So somebody at Kino Lorber isn't just saying, "Oh, let's throw 3 more 50s movies into a box and call it noir." This is curated, and I was impressed by it. The writer is a guy named Steve Fisher, who was a novelist and ultimately a big TV writer. He wrote such, you name a Private Eye show, and he wrote it, or wrote on it, like 77 Cents a Strip and Mike Hammer and so on. So he had a really profitable period in the 40s where he wrote novels that were adapted. He wrote Dead Reckoning, the Bogart picture. He was the writer of The Lady in the Lake, Philip Marlowe, Raymond Chandler movie. The one where the camera is the main character.
Yeah.
It's actually not very good, but it's fascinating. So he was a kind of a workaday writer. This is a really pretty good script, and the way the pieces all fit, if you understand it's a fantasy, they fit nicely. And there's a redemption story that goes on here, which I think is a winning aspect of it. So yeah, I like that. I should mention in the cast, there's also the great Edward Arnold. This is a pretty late appearance by him. We're talking about the Devil and January Webster Edward Arnold. And there's a great thing in here about a mechanical man in the window. This is a kind of a mime covered in gold paint, apparently gold paint, or maybe silver paint. But he plays the mechanical man. And people come around and stare at him and, oh, is he a robot? Oh, no, is he mechanical? Or is it a real man doing? And that is kind of runs through the whole thing. And he becomes a major character toward the end of the movie. This is a good one. Now, on every, not in every box of Cracker Jacks do you get a diamond ring.
Of course.
And Hell's Half Acre, by the same people, basically. Steve Fisher wrote it again, and the same director. It also makes use of a real location. It's in Honolulu. There's a lot of really great Hawaii color in this, and music, and there's more of a travelogue feel to it. But the movie itself, the story feels kind of like somebody shuffled the deck and didn't bother to arrange it in any coherent order. But a good cast. Maureen Windsor again, Evelyn Keyes, who was Scarlett O'Hara's sister in Gone with the Wind, and is in the wonderful fantasy Here Comes Mr. Jordan, which is one of my favorite movies. And Wendell Corey is someone with noir kind of pedigree. I mean, he was in Rear Window, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And he always looked to me like he was kind of half in the bag. And I think I was probably right, because he always looks like he missed the last couple of AA meetings. And one of the things that makes me suspect that is almost all of his scenes, well, I should say half of his scenes, take place in one dingy little Skid Row kind of hotel room.
Mm.
And one of the things that shows you how kind of the failings of this movie is that he takes a murder rap for his girlfriend, who did commit the murder, so it was nice of him. And then they take him to the morgue from prison to show him the corpse of his girlfriend who's now been murdered. And while he's there, he shows up like totally dressed up. He doesn't have anything indicating he's in prison or even jail. And he comes in and he somehow gets away from the one guy they have guarding him and they're friends. The guy says, "Oh, you don't want to do this," and he says, "I've got to go out and I've got to find the one who killed my girlfriend." And then he spends the next 40 minutes in this little hotel room, and is cutting back and forth between things that are actually happening. So
Wow.
it's not a wonderful movie, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. My friend Heath Holland, who did the commentary on this.
That's Heath has been on the show Serial at Midnight. Heath has come on when Dieter couldn't bother to show up. You know, I call the best, and Heath has been on the show.
And I listened to the commentary, and he really likes the movie. Thinks it's really, really good. And so, different strokes for different folks. I did think the cast was interesting. Key Luke, Charlie Chan's number one son.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, then there's these oddities. Do you remember Jesse White?
No.
Jesse White played in Harvey, the great movie Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
Just was the kind of attendant who seemed to basically be there to rough up the people in the sanitarium, even though it's a comedy. And he was classically on TV the Maytag repairman who had the loneliest job in town because nobody's Maytag washer ever broke down, and that was his big thing. Well, he's in this movie. There's never been a whiter human being, okay, even amongst us here on the show. And he speaks. I swear to God, he speaks in pidgin English, like he's one of the Hawaiian residents.
Sure.
And I'm just Then the great Elsa Lancaster's in it.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
It is terrible. I'm sorry. She's a cabbie. She's a cabbie that
Wow.
this woman who's the main character, basically, who's the man's wife that he married and kind of abandoned, and she thought was dead, and now she's back there because she thinks he may be alive, which of course he is, and she just gets in the cab with this Elsa Lancaster, who just says the craziest, screwiest, unfunny things, badly delivered. She's got one of those cabbie hats on, those 40s cabbie hats.
Oh, yeah.
Then suddenly, when this woman goes a few other places, she's always the cab driver. Then suddenly, she lives with the woman. Is just staying at her house and becomes the sidekick in the movie. And I'm going, what movie am I seeing? What's going on here? So my advice on this one is to look at the scenery, enjoy this remarkable cast. I mean, Maria Windsor's always fun to watch. And maybe drop some acid.
Wow. Are you advocating drug use on this show, Max?
That was... Just as you do not really feel you're God, I do not really advocate drug use.
Well, I do feel. What are you talking about?
Well,
no. But we do have a disclaimer. The great Ernie Anderson did say that parental guidance is suggested at the beginning of this show, so it's okay. And this is, of course, two of these movies, and there's another one too, come out in The Dark Side of Cinema, Volume 25. This is, by the way, one of the great ongoing box set. I mean, there's 25 of these. Each has 3 films in them. That's 75 movies, man. I mean,
all Blu-rays.
All Blu-rays. I mean, great restorations. This is why the cartels finance Kino Lorber, because they're doing God's work, bringing all of these forgotten noir films out. This is a fantastic box set series. And, like you said, Max, sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get mediocre stuff. But what we get is a great walkthrough of the genre. And
the thing that was a surprise to me, because as I mentioned to you before, I had never heard of this director, and I have to say that even the movie I was just making fun of is well directed.
Right.
And the stuff, I mean, the scenes it's just that the scenes seem like they dropped the canister and it all broke, and they tried to just put it in some order.
But it's really cool. I mean, Kino, the fact that Kino, gave us the Oscar Michaud box set earlier that I didn't know about him, and Kino Lorber has really done a great job. They have an amazing array of, they're bringing foreign films, they're bringing Italian crime, they're bringing Italian crime thrillers out. There's so much stuff that Kino is putting out. I mean, we love our Warner Archive, but Warner Archive can only put out MGM and Warner titles that they have access to. Kino Lorber they have a wide net. They've got films from all over the world. They're now raiding the Paramount library and giving us those 4Ks. But it's things like this. It's the noir titles. It's the foreign titles. It's the silent films. I mean, Kino Lorber has become an amazing resource for world cinema and the history of cinema. Probably, I mean, Criterion's a prestige label. Kino Lorber is basically a label that is very accessible in terms of price. They're not a premium label. They're always having sales, and they are bringing the world. I mean, last week we got Danger Diabolic on 4K. God bless them. It's a fantastic label, and they deserve anyone's support because what they're bringing us it's irreplaceable. No one's doing what they're doing.
And as much as I made fun of that other movie, which has its merits, a movie I'd never heard of called The Flame knocked me out. It's an incredible noir. It's kind of, you might call it a combination of Double Indemnity and Rebecca. I mean, it
what?
Has
You're kidding.
I know. It's crazy. Some of it is urban. All of the urban is sort of Art Deco, late 40s, early 50s Deco apartments that rich people or sleazy people who want to be rich live in. And then
that's like me.
Well, there's a whole section of the movie that is sort of Gothic. You know, the Gothic mansion that's on a cliff hanging over the spooky surf rolling in, and the house is just crazy Gothic, and the shooting, the camera angles, everything is just lighting. It's and I've never heard of this movie. I didn't even know it existed.
But you're the Mystery Writers of America Grand Master. How could you have not heard of a noir film?
Well, I was busy writing
slacker.
novels.
Oh, okay. You know what? How many novels have you written?
I've written probably over 200.
Well, okay. You get a pass. You get a pass.
But this is a great movie. Some of the people in it, John Carroll, who was this kind of utility guy who had a big role in Flying Tigers with John Wayne, and he played Zorro in a movie, or Zorro's son or grandson or something. Vera Ralston, who's most famous for being the studio head's mistress.
All right.
And she had been like a second string Sonia Henney. And for those of you in the audience that don't know what that is, it's an ice skating gal who had won the Olympics and then went on to be a movie star. They made a movie star out of her. This is the second string. And she has a terrible reputation as an actress. And I have to tell you, she's wonderful in this movie. She looks great. The movie has Broderick Crawford in it.
Wow.
In a trench coat and a fedora, and being pretty nasty. I think I can't say enough about this particular movie. It is definitely worth the price of admission.
So even the whole box set, all three, The Flame makes it worth it if you don't like the other
absolutely.
movies.
Well, two of them are really, really good, and the other is kind of an oddity that you may get a chuckle out of.
Nice.
So, what more can you ask?
Well, you have another movie to talk about too, right?
I have one more in my ongoing attempt to get George Feltenstein to send me free stuff. This is the Tall Target on Warner Archives Blu-ray, and it is a terrific movie by one of my favorite directors, and I think one of your favorite directors, Rob, Anthony Mann.
Anthony Mann, an incredible director, and The Tall Target is actually, I watched that. It's really good. You take it away. I don't want to bogart your opinion.
Well, Dick Powell, I think, is one of the most remarkable actors in the history of Hollywood. He starts out as a light tenor for Busby Berkeley, and then when that whole kind of that whole 30s thing plays out, he decides, well, I'm going to be a tough guy actor. Now, how you make that transition, I don't know, but he did.
It's kind of like what George Raft did. George Raft, who Don McManus plays in True Noir, The Assassination of Anton Cermak, written by you. He was a song and dance man.
He was. And Dick Powell, who didn't, was probably a good comic actor, but you never even thought of him as anything but this guy that sang the tenor songs in Busby Berkeley musicals. Then he plays Philip Marlowe in Murder, My Sweet, which I think is the best Chandler movie adapted from the Raymond Chandler novel. I think he's the best Philip Marlowe. And that includes Humphrey Bogart. So it's not just... And Robert Mitchum, both of them.
Wow, them's fighting words, Max.
I know. But he gets the kind of smart-ass aspect of Philip Marlowe. And it's just wonderful. And it opened up a whole avenue for him to play those kind of roles. So he was kind of like, under Bogart, he was a second-string tough guy actor. And this is one of those roles. And if you've seen it, Rob, there's a good cast, but he carries his movie on his shoulders.
Yeah, he does.
He just does. And most of the movie takes place on a train. Now the premise of the movie is that Abraham Lincoln, who's been recently elected, is not popular with really a lot of people, both the South, or what's going to become the Confederacy, and there were a lot of people that didn't like him in the North. So there were a lot of threats to his life. And Powell plays an NYPD detective, and this is obviously in period, and he gets wind of an assassination plot. Now this is creepy. The detective's name is John Kennedy.
That's very creepy.
Yeah, and there really was a John Kennedy, a detective in New York, who was on to the conspiracy, but did not get on the train. So that's a leap they took, and so he goes on this train, and for reasons not worth discussing, he doesn't have his badge to show, so he runs into Adolphe Menjou, who's supposed to be a military guy with a blue uniform, and we know what a blue uniform means in this year. Ruby Dee, very young, the great actress Ruby Dee, very, very young in her career, has a wonderful part. Barbara Billingsley, who is Beaver's mother, she shows up. So it plays almost like a drawing room mystery. Because he's going back, and he has these little problems that he has to get through to convince people he's who he says he is, for example. And so you have something that's almost like a Murder on the Orient Express kind of situation, and it gets very tense, and the suspense builds, as you might expect from Anthony Mann. And I would highly recommend this movie. Spoiler alert, Lincoln doesn't get killed yet.
And that show the disc again. This is from Warner Archive, The Tall Target. Again, George Feltenstein knows what's up. They're putting out great stuff. And how does this transfer look? Amazing, right?
Crazy. I mean, I've always been kind of surprised by how some of the black and white films are the outstanding 4K type and Blu-ray type productions, because early on when Blu-ray started, they didn't look too good.
Yeah,
you almost wanted to hold on to your DVDs. In fact,
they hadn't figured out the resolution issues. I mean, Blu-rays are six times the resolution of DVD. And another great, not to sing George Feltenstein's praises enough, but we should, because he's amazing. Wow! Once again, we're back. We're getting squelched. Our signal's getting squelched. The thing about George Feltenstein is he makes sure that the bit rates are the highest they can be. Motion picture imaging on the Warner lot is incredible. Fidelity in motion he uses when he can to I mean, that High Society disc is out of control. And so was The Searchers. I mean, they do such amazing work, and everything they put out is Tiffany standard. I mean, it might as well come in a powder blue box with a white ribbon. It's so great, these transfers. There's so much love put into whatever Warner Archive puts out. I mean, hell, man. They put out the Bermuda Depths, and there's 2 different versions of it. There's the TV version and the theatrical version of the Bermuda Depths, which is about a giant turtle. I'm just saying. Well, and Connie Selica plays a ghost.
Before we move on, and I eventually take my leave, well, hold me long enough if anybody has a question, but let's remind them who Anthony Mann is. His noir body of work are things like Railroaded, Team Man, Raw Deal, He Walked by Night, Side Street, which was a Warner Archives that we did a couple of weeks ago. And he didn't think his noir stuff was even worth discussing.
Crazy.
He thought, I don't know. But he did that wonderful body of work with James Stewart, Winchester 73, Bend of the River, Naked Spur, Far Out Country, Man from Laramie. I mean, these are great westerns. And I'm reading a biography of Mann right now, and it turns out that Mann, when he did early in his career before he did film, he did some Broadway and even some not local theater, but off Broadway, like in Albany, which is off Broadway. Last time I looked, and James Stewart at age 23 was in 2 of the plays.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So and then he did other great westerns. The Furies is a real film noir western.
It's great. The Furies is great.
And Criterion owns us a 4K on that, in my opinion.
I would love it.
And then he ended up his career doing El Cid and Fall of the Roman Empire, these humongous Ben-Hur kind of epics. And the other thing that's interesting about this movie is one of the screenwriters is George Worthington Yates. Do you know that name, Rob?
Yes, but remind us.
He's like a major writer of horror and science fiction in the 50s, the movies. He did Them, which is one of my favorite
movies. Yes, he did.
It Came From Beneath the Sea, Earth versus Flying Saucers, Amazing Colossal Man. And then I should also mention the writer of The Tall Target is Daniel Mainwaring, who did Phoenix City Story, which is a great...
By the way, since you brought it up, Earth versus the Flying Saucers, which has great Ray Harryhausen effects.
Harryhausen, yeah.
It's a mean-spirited movie. I love the fact that the Earth versus the Flying Saucers, the aliens in that movie are fuckers, man. They're here. They're here to do some business with us, and I love it for that. When I was a kid, I love that movie.
Didn't Harryhausen do the monster and It Came From Beneath the Sea?
Yeah.
That was a badass monster.
It was a badass monster. I mean, and I liked it when, those movies from the 50s, I liked it when the monsters and the aliens meant business, and the ants in them meant business. They really wanted to kill us all, and I love that as a kid.
There's one other interesting connection to The Tall Target. The writer, who I mentioned, he did Daniel Mainwaring, he did Phoenix City Story, which is one of the great crime expose, and it's a noir. He wrote the first film version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
So
you're next,
if you
Max.
look at the pedigree of this particular movie, you want to buy it.
You do want to buy it. By the way, speaking of buying it, we also have another film called Law and Order, Walter Houston. And you and Heath contributed to this, right?
Yes, we did the commentary, and we won't talk about this in depth, but what makes it really interesting is it stars Walter Houston. The screenplay is by John Huston, a very young John Huston. It's like a 1932 movie, the first movie about Wyatt Earp. He's not called Wyatt Earp because many of the principals in the Wyatt Earp saga were still alive. Because Earp didn't die till 1929. but it comes from a book by W.R. Burnett, who is one of the most significant screenwriters and source writers in the history of Hollywood.
No relation, by the way.
Well,
Too bad.
I'd claim it. I would definitely claim it.
But you know what? He's my great uncle.
I suspected as much. And but we're talking about Little Caesar and Scarface and High Sierra, and then his career goes on. Asphalt Jungle, and the last movie he worked on, a little thing called The Great Escape. So and there's many in between. So this is a major guy.
Yes, and you guys did the commentary for this. By the way, I want to point out that you can get this and everything else that Kino Lorber sells. They're always having a sale. They have a great summer sale on now. A lot of things are 33% off. Go to the Kino Lorber store. You can get 4Ks. You can get this. You can listen to Max and Heath's commentaries. You can also get the entire 25 box sets of their film noir series available right now. And they didn't even pay me to say it. I'll just say it because I love Kino Lorber. You can get anything. They're an incredible label. By the way, they go out of their way to they repurpose. I never thought I'd see my special features from The Usual Suspects that we did back in 2001 ever again. They had never appeared on Blu-ray until, of course, Kino Lorber put out the 4K of The Usual Suspects. And we did get our features back. They also were repurposed by Arrow. Thank you, Arrow, in the UK. Kino Lorber they're a meat and potatoes label, but man, they're curating. They're bringing you world cinema like nobody else's business. And they're always...
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, they're amazing. And you get commentary from Max.
And I have to say, and Heath isn't too shabby. He's really...
No, Heath is great. We're huge fans of Heath here.
Well, Heath does, on these commentaries, he does all this hard research for like weeks and weeks. I do a little research for a day or so, and basically I'm like the guy in the back seat saying, well, look at that. You missed this, and so on. Because he's really he's really the spine of the commentaries that we do together.
But it's really cool that you guys do this, and the fact that you're making special features now, and you're on our show. Not only are you a Mystery Writers of America Grandmaster, but you are still out there producing brand new special features for physical media, which is one of the greatest things anybody can do. So, and
well, as the manager of the C Wing of the B&B Motel,
right,
I have a certain responsibility, a certain loyalty, kind of a Trump cabinet type loyalty to you.
Don't say that. but no, I appreciate that. And Max, you've got something exciting coming out in January. Very exciting. The Return of the Maltese Falcon. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I love the Maltese Falcon. It's my favorite mystery novel. Love Dashiell Hammett, and had a lot to do with the creation of Nathan Heller, our character in True Noir.
Which, by the way, you can get right now in the Assassination of Anton Cermak at truenoir.co, all 10 episodes.
I understand a very special Blu-ray is being made, unusually, because it's an audio drama. Why would there be a Blu-ray?
Well, first of all, I buy Blu-rays from Super Deluxe Edition, and you get 3 different mixes: a Dolby Atmos mix, which we can't afford, but 5.1 and 2-channel, and we have special features. A great conversation between you and I at a Iowa speakeasy, or was it Iowa?
All I know is we look much younger.
Yeah, right. But we got that. I mean, there's special features. There's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Also, you'll be able to get the soundtrack album on CD, which is incredible. It's like 120 minutes of music. Thanks to Alexander Bornstein, and thanks to our Kickstarter supporters. I mean, it's all in process, but it's good stuff. And you and I are going to be appearing at San Diego Comic-Con, not this Friday, but the following Friday. We will be together in a room. I will be interviewing you, and then we're going to go to the bar at the Marriott afterwards and get crocked. So come ask Max your scintillating and personal questions. He will answer everything. He will tell you all about denying his beautiful wife when she came to his house and he would rather watch Maverick. Be sure and give him shit about that.
That's an urban legend.
It's not an urban legend. It's a true,
It's an urban
true
legend.
story.
Never happened.
Did happen.
It's on Friday at 4 p.m. You and I will be talking. So the reason why 1929 and the Maltese Falcon are important to Nathan Heller is that's where I realized that Al Capone was a contemporary of Sam Spade, the detective in the Maltese Falcon. So that kind of opened the door for me to do a period private eye and to do also historical themes, historical events.
But what I like about this is the Maltese Falcon, the book, it was going into the public domain, and you tracked this for years.
I did track it for years.
You tracked it for years, and you found out it was going into the public domain, and you decided to do a preemptive strike.
I did.
And you wrote a sequel to the novel, which is coming out in January of 2026, right when the original novel goes into the public domain. You're Johnny on the spot. You have a sequel coming out the same month, right?
I actually did not write it till I got a contract. I tried.
Well, because, you know, as the Joker would say, if you're good at something, you'd never do it for free.
Yeah, but I had a publisher that I thought would be good for it, and so I did a proposal, in-depth proposal, plot outline, and everything, and said, let me do this for you. And it really happened very quickly. I mean, there was no wait. It was 2 or 3 days I had a contract. So, and they'd have a beautiful cover. And it's for Titan, but Titan is the parent company of Hard Case Crime, who I've done a lot of work for. My Quarry novels, the later Nathan Heller novels are published there.
Right.
So very excited about that. And so doesn't mean some other people won't do the same thing, but I don't think they'll have it out in January.
Yeah, and they're also not Mystery Writers of America Grand Masters.
So that's very kind of you. And do you have any questions for me before I shuffle off to Buffalo?
No, we haven't gotten many super chats. Hang on a second. Walter Whitewalker says, was that Nathan Heller I heard from Lex's Raptors? Is that a Superman reference? I think it probably was. I don't think it was a Nathan Heller reference. But
there is a weird connection because our Nathan Heller is played by Michael Rosenbaum, who is probably the most famous Lex Luthor.
7 seasons on Smallville.
Yeah.
By the way, I love seeing, he went to the premiere of Superman. I loved seeing him. I took pictures with Nicholas Hoult on the red carpet. It was pretty neat.
How great. How great. So if anybody has any questions for me, I can also hang around here. You can.
Well, Dieter has a question.
From the live chat last week, Mix. And it comes from Eric Van Joor, our director of Hope and Glory from Brightstone Pictures.
Ooh, I have that. I love that.
Yeah. Off topic, but did Max, Rob, or myself already had a chance to read Joe Abercrombie's The Devils, possibly to be adapted by James Cameron? I've never heard of that.
I haven't. I have not read it, but I want to get it. Joe Abercrombie's written some great stuff, and I haven't read that yet.
The Devils. Have you heard about it?
One thing, speaking of Superman, there's one thing I want to correct. I was asked the question just kind of offhand about which version of Superman 2 I liked, and I said Lester. What I meant was the original director.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the version I prefer.
But you haven't read Abercrombie's book?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't read that.
Is there any more deets?
This was one from the live chat. Considering
yeah, and we don't have any today. We haven't had many super chats, so I'll get to those shortly. Agent Silver Fox and Assistant Professor X. We will get to that. But Walter Whitewalker says, was that Nathan Heller I heard from Lex's Raptors? I would love it if you did. But you can hear Nathan Heller if you go to truenoir.co and you purchase all 10 episodes of the fully immersive audio drama. You can get it in 5.1 or 2-channel stereo, written by the great Max Allen Collins, and, of course, produced and directed and edited by moi. One of the things I'm most proud of in my entire life that we've done. It turned out great. Star-studded cast. the great David Strathairn, Bill Sadler, Katie Sackhoff, Michael Rosenbaum, Vincent Pastore, Severio Guerra. I mean, there's so many people. Billy Mooney. Thank you, Max. And no one was sent to the cornfield during the making of True Noir.
No, speaking of cornfields, I have to get back to the C Wing. I hate to mention this to you, but we've got a couple of toilets stopped up out there, and I've got to tend to maintain the high level.
You're putting body parts down you're trying to flush them down the toilet again. Look, you got to cut the bones up first.
That's just another urban legend. Everything's an urban legend.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you for being here, Max. Again,
great to be here.
You got the Nathan Heller books are out. We've got the Return of the Maltese Falcon coming out in January of 2026. What a great story! I love the story of watching when it goes into the public domain. You were Johnny on the spot when it goes in the public domain. Like the next day, it gets published by Titan Books, aka Hard Case Crime, and you can come see us. And by the way, bring us whiskey. Just saying. Only because Comic-Con, people used to bring us whiskey at Comic-Con and we'd drink it on panels, and then we got admonished. They did not like that. So I always say, bring us whiskey. It doesn't matter. Make sure it's high end.
Well, you can come and see us next week right here, but the following week we'll be taking off, correct?
The following week.
Because we'll be at the con.
We'll be at the con. I might be in Seattle next week for my reunion, my 40th high school reunion. So we might have 2 weeks off. I don't know. We'll see.
I heard that wrong. It's 20th high school reunion. You were saying your 20th high school reunion?
Yeah, that's right. It's my 20th
high school reunion. Your 10th
yeah, because I graduated in 2005.
And you were also held back.
Apparently. So, going up to Mercer Island, Washington for my 40th high school reunion. The girls still look great, though. It's always great when you go to those reunions because you never know. You can throw down lines you didn't think of in high school and be like, hey, how are you?
And I also think fading eyesight also is helpful at these kind of events.
Hey, you know what? As long as you're a cunning linguist, it all works out in the end.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
I'm not going to touch that one.
All right, Max.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure. Dieter, thank you for having me.
All right, Max.
And one thing, Rob, and one thing, Max, when you explained the True Noir, the 3 titles from the Kino Lorber set, I was thinking the bad one that you mentioned. I was thinking actually the studio with Seth Rogen, with the Ron Howard episode, where they didn't want to tell the director, you need to cut that stuff with the hotel out of it,
Uh-oh, I forgot to put you in the...
director.
I forgot. I cut you off. I apologize, Dieter. I apologize. Max heard that, but the audience only heard half of that. That was my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
But Max, we will let you go.
Okay.
Keep the C wing of our motel clean because, we have a convention coming through. You know how that goes.
Thank God for the swamp toward the back.
Yeah.
Hides a lot of sins.
And thank God, there's alligators back there and immigrants. So it's all okay. Because that's how America is these days. In that order. No, it's true. All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right. Pleasure to be here.
Always great to have you. That was the great Max Allen Collins talking some noir. And again, you can go to the Kino Lorber sale and you can pick up any of those titles. I recommend doing that. They have great prices. And go there. So, Dietz, should we get back to showing physical media?
Perhaps the super chats first, Rob.
Oh yeah,
even if it's not that many.
But we got some good ones. We got some good ones.
Because I saw someone which I wanted to chime in about it.
Oh well, Hitchhiker 42, who's been a member of the channel for 26 months, says, "Hi all, I pre-ordered the 4K HMV Steelbook for Superman already." And Krull also got the Superman Cage popcorn. Oh, and Krull. I also got the Superman Cage popcorn bucket at the cinema in the UK. I didn't get a popcorn bucket, but I did get this cup. I had to get the cup.
Ooh,
you could
nice.
pick. You could pick. You could either get the logo, or I had to get crypto. And what's cool about this is it's got this rubber cape on it. I mean, this is pretty dope. And it's very, it obviously, Major Chai Chai got the Daily
those
Planet.
buckets are expensive, as I heard.
They're very expensive. Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
By the way, if you have not seen, Major Chai Chai actually got the Daily Planet newspaper distribute. It's really cool. I looked at that, but it was like $45. But if you haven't seen the Galactus popcorn bucket, I gotta get that shit. I know it's like $100, dude. It's huge. It is so big and it lights up. I gotta get it. The Galactus popcorn bucket. I mean, I know everyone can laugh at the Dune popcorn bucket, but the Galactus popcorn bucket wins all. I gotta get it. Gotta have it. Anyway, so Hitchhiker 42 says, again, he pre-ordered the HMV Steelbook and Krull, also Steelbook, and got the Superman Cage popcorn bucket at cinemas in the UK. So Hitchhiker 42, first of all, thanks for being a member, and thanks for knowing the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Because I love Douglas Adams, and I love The Hitchhiker's Guide. So right there in the feels, buddy. And by the way, here's a trivia question for you. Who said, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy mythos, who said, "So long and thanks for all the fish"? Who said it? Just asking. Agent Silver Fox says, no drunk super chat this week. Serious question, Rob. What is your ranking of Trek TV shows best to worst? Well, I wouldn't say any. In my list, there's nothing worse, but I would say this. The original series, the animated series, Star Trek, the animated series from 73, 74, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, and Star Trek Enterprise. That's the list. I don't know of any other Star Trek TV shows that are worth mentioning, but that's my list. You might talk about, there's 5 other shows.
You have a top 5.
And maybe, you know what? I might let Prodigy sneak into my list. Maybe. Discovery's an abomination. Strange New Worlds has become an abomination. Lower Decks is just a parody farce. And I'm sure that the upcoming Starfleet Academy is amazing. Look, these people that made Section 31, which is, not only is it the worst thing that ever sported, I would rather watch Plato's Stepchildren and The Children Shall Lead on an endless loop than watching the goddamn swill that was Section 31. No one who made that show, and I mean no one, should ever be allowed near Star Trek again. And the people that have been in charge of Star Trek since basically 2009 made that. And I don't own any modern Star Trek on physical media except Picard Season 3 and Season 1 and 2 because it's in a Picard box set. But other than that, no. So, and we have another super chat. So there's my ranking, Agent Silver Fox. Assistant Professor X says, have you seen Sony Animation's K-pop Demon Hunters yet? I have not. John Campia keeps dismissing it, thinking that it's another Netflix anime import. Sony's story, music, and style deserves an Oscar nomination. It's 96 and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. I have not watched it.
Rob, I have seen it.
Okay, and what do you...
K-pop Demon
Okay, hang on. Okay, since you've seen it, Dieter, what do you think?
It was one YouTube video I saw. Some people have their best of 2025, the first half out, and someone mentioned K-pop Demon Hunters, and I thought, really? K-pop Demon Hunters? Considering the Netflix thumbnail, didn't look like it was catered to me, but okay, I gave it a shot, Rob, and it is awesome. It is awesome. It's from Sony Animation. It took a few minutes for me to get into the groove of the movie, but then came the first lull moment, and there were plenty more. It has great songs. Rob, I tell you that in secret. I actually downloaded the soundtrack for the K-pop.
No.
The K-pop Demon Hunters. But it's only you can know about that.
I won't tell anybody, I
Rob,
promise.
I had a great time. This is what actually Disney used to be. The songs always are combined with where the story is at the moment. You know, the message is nothing new, but it's how it's all packaged. I had great laughs, totally a 90-minute blast. This, Rob, you shouldn't let pass you by. If you have time, 90 minutes. This is really.
Oh no, I'll
worth
watch it.
your
I
time.
keep hearing about it. All right, if you say so, I will watch it.
Considering, Rob, the Netflix top 10 charts, this came out, as far as I remember, it was June 20th. Then came Old Guard. You know, Old Guard came, I think, first week of July. Went to number 1, of course, Old Guard 2. But K-pop stayed consistent. Now Old Guard is back in the top 10, but K-pop is still at number 2. And there's a German movie called Brick at number 1. But K-pop, Demon Hunters, is still at number 2. So what tells me that? It's gotten word of mouth. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It's awesome, Rob. 9 out of 10 for me. I couldn't believe it. Perhaps it should have been in theaters, but who knows how would have done. It is from Sony Animation. It's totally a blast, Rob. The music numbers are great, and totally, you know, you have that the trio of girls who has, of course, is a pop band, but they're actually demon hunters, and the evil culprit has the great idea against those girls, put out a boy pop band, you know, and the stuff that's coming from those kind of back and forth is great, Rob. It's great. Totally surprised.
It sounds right up my alley. If Lalisa from Blackpink was in it, it'd be the greatest thing ever.
Correct, Rob. And the songs are catchy. Totally have a blast. And thanks for putting out that super chat, but I would have mentioned it later, actually, in the live chat. So K-pop Demon Hunters, 2 thumbs up from me.
All right. I love it. Tony Reyes says, I just pre-ordered the 4K limited edition Superman Steelbook. It's selling out fast. Picked mine up through Groove. Yeah, there's a couple of them. Got to get that. I think I want to get that.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, I got to order that. Walter White Walker says, I liked Jurassic World Rebirth. Might be the homage to Land of the Lost with the family on a raft, totally, and the ancient cliffside temple, but the movie was fun. I thought all the dinosaur stuff was great, really beautifully executed, but you can't tell me that a movie that says that dinosaurs are mundane and nobody cares. I didn't like that. But the dinosaur action was hot and sweaty, and I liked it. Paul Allen Bernotto says, I'm disappointed with Superman script issues for me.
Come on, Paul. You have always script issues with every movie. Come on, Paul.
It's true, but, you know, he's not... I get where he's coming from. I do think there was a lot of post-production tinkering in the film. So this is a show about physical media, and where are we at on that? We were showing physical media, right?
Well, yeah. Show some stuff, bro.
I showed Lion. I was last. I did Lionsgate. It's you now.
Okay, so it's me.
Yeah.
It's you. Okay. Rob, I don't know if you have seen it in the trades or in the news section. It was one of my news that filled me actually with joy. You probably were, okay, it's fine. Because Nisa, the second one, will get a A24 release in the States with an English dub. So perhaps A24 will put it out then later, because Nisa 2 is awesome. I was hoping Velgo USA would do the second part too, but A24 for me is fine too, because they do nice digipacks, and hopefully if they put out Nisa 2 in 3D, that would be even greater. But just that it gets a second re-release, actually, because Nisa 2 was playing at the beginning of the year, but A24 will release it with an English dub. And speaking of A24, I've got, of course...
Yeah, I've got that on order. I love that movie, dude. That movie's harrowing. It made me never want to go to war. Look at that beautiful A24 box.
Correct. So we have the Diggy for it. And of course it comes like from them with the art cards. Just see if I have all of them here. This was really just 90 90 minutes of unrelenting war stuff. I think this is double. So, warfare. And the other one that I got from A24, Cat in the Bag, the reviews were mixed, but just the cast alone, I need to give it a shot, Rob. And I love the cover artwork of Death of a Unicorn.
Yeah.
Very, very mixed, actually, things about it, considering the visual effects of the unicorns. But considering the cast, Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, Thea Leone, and your favorite, Rob, Richard E. Grant.
I know.
In it too. So I've not seen it. Ooh. Oh, holy moly. So I have no idea what to expect from it. So Death of a Unicorn, let's put that aside. The third one, before I give it back to Europe. It's not Father Chair, Rob, but at least it's Mother Couch. She had the movie in the news section. Looked pretty interesting to me. Totally blind by. So I have no idea what I will get with that one. And it comes with a booklet. It is not a 4K. It's a Blu-ray. And the back, we have some stuff from the movie too. And it comes with a booklet. So, totally Cat in the Bag, Rob. Of course, I looked up some reviews for it, which were pretty decent. Mother Couch, Rob. Whatever that means. So I give it over to you for a moment.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's see what I got. I got there. Oh, I went through Lionsgate. I did get something from Warner Brothers. Batman Ninja. Animated title
waiting on that.
in 4K, Batman Ninja. Haven't opened this yet, but you know what I always like to say? That there is nothing in the world that cannot be made better when you use the proper application of ninjas. Ninjas make everything better.
Rob, this was the second one. The first one was the Yakuza, with the Yakuza title.
Yeah. And this is a follow-up.
Yeah.
So I got that. Now this next one goes out to Kelvin Wellborn. Kelvin, our man down under. Kelvin who has good taste in cinema, but he was giving me shit. Kelvin was giving me shit.
Ooh.
He was giving me shit. He's like, "Did
Why?
you get this?" And okay, to be fair, Kelvin did beat me to the punch. Now, I did not buy Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, nor did I buy the Four-Sided Triangle from Hammer. Probably should have. But Hammer put out two of the great 50s science fiction films. Quatermass, a lot of people say Quartermass. Those people are wrong. Quatermass and Quatermass 2. This was catnip for the Bobster. I couldn't not buy these. And I had never got I'd never got a Hammer title, so I didn't know what to expect. Dude, these are orgasm-inducing releases. I just want to, I mean, you know, think about what you hope physical media could be. Think about it. And then Hammer comes along and says, "Hold my beer." Here is Hammer's The Quatermass Experiment. I mean, dude, that is a chunky, big box. I mean, look at this. Look, it is so beautiful. And I haven't even, to be honest, I just got these, so I haven't dipped into them. But, you know, here's the card that it comes with. I don't think they're numbered. But look at this beautiful, this is just the exterior box. And, of course, The Creeping Unknown, which is the English-American title. Apparently Americans don't get Quatermass Experiment, whatever. But amazing. And look at this, dude. Look at that. I mean, this is some Umbrella Caligula shit right here. I mean, I can't. This is so unbelievable. I mean, I can't even. You've got reproductions. Oh, there's so much stuff in here. I can't. You've got reproductions of like the original poster art, two-sided, the Creeping Unknown. I mean, these are foreign posters. Look at that. I mean, come on, man. And then, of course, the Creeping Unknown. By the way, the paper smells so good. You know how when you get something that's like brand... You could get high. You could get high sniffing this paper. It's amazing. And I won't go through all of it because there's so much stuff. But you, of course, get a bunch of lobby card reproductions, which is amazing. There's a great book here on the Quatermass experiment. And I think this is actually a reproduction of... Yeah, it's a comic book. This is a comic book adaptation of the movie, which is amazing. And then there's another book here that is so chonky. This is the Quatermass Papers, Volume 1. We consider that this is horrific and such would qualify the X category and no other. The definitive science fiction horror story in the film that catapulted Hammer from a B picture studio into the majors. Was Hammer ever in the majors? I mean, come on. The Quatermass experiment still retains its power. But anyway, so this book in here, the Quatermass Papers, I don't even know what this book is, but I'm going to read it all because it's awesome. So good. And then there's this. You talk about a diggy, as you say. We say digi. Yeah. Dude, look at this. Look at this. Look.
It never ends.
Dude, it never ends. I mean, I know that there's like the TV episodes.
5 or 6?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like 5 discs. Look at that. I mean, look at that. And I mean, even on the flip side, look at this. It's one long. I mean, look, this stuff, like I said, orgasm-inducing. Everything you wanted to know. There's the TV series. There's things in this I've never seen. I can't wait to dig into it. The Quatermass experiment. If you haven't seen it, it's a great slice of 50s British sci-fi. And of course, John Carpenter is a huge fan, and he used the name Martin Quatermass as his screenwriting name in 1987's Prince of Darkness. That's how much of a fan John Carpenter is. He called himself Martin Quatermass as an homage to this movie. And you know what? I mean, I looked at this box set, and I'm just so excited to have it. I can't wait to delve into it, and it's got great swag. The box, by the way, because it's all this dense paper, it's really heavy. So you could actually smack someone in the face with this and probably kill them, and nobody would know that you used a Quatermass physical media box set to kill somebody. So here you go, the Quatermass experiment. But you know what? You know what's great about the Quatermass experiment? There's a sequel, Quatermass 2.
There it is.
Look at that. I mean, and I won't open it up because I'm sure it's got the same stuff in it. This movie is better than the first movie. Now, I first bought Quatermass. I first owned Quatermass 2. I think Image was Image. I had it on Laserdisc. I fucking love this movie. This is like the British. If Peeping Tom was the British answer to Psycho, this was the British answer to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I'll tell you something. When you put these two things together, you put them on a shelf. I mean, you know what? If I was still dating, and I was like, in college or something, or maybe I was like 23 years old, and I had these on the shelf together like this, look at that. I'm sure some hottie I brought home would be like, wow, I'm so impressed. You have such a big box set of the Quatermass films. I mean, clearly, she would obviously look at this. You want to impress a lady? These Hammer box sets are where you want to go, because what woman could resist a double feature of Quatermass, the Quatermass experiment, and Quatermass 2? I don't know. I mean, this. Look, man, if you're having a problem dating, these are all you need. I'm sure it's magic. It's catnip to the ladies. I'm just saying. They would really be impressed with your knowledge of genre cinema and your passion, which is what you want the ladies to like. So if you're not a cunning linguist, buy the Quatermass box sets. You can't go wrong. That is my haul for the week.
And we have super chat from 200 Watt Studio that came in, Rob, about Quatermass.
Oh, is he going to give me shit and say that it's not as good as To Live and Die in L.A.? Oh, wait, probably not.
He says, I just bought, I would think, my Quatermass 2 4K Tuesday.
Quater. Just saying.
Quater. Experiment, and these are beautiful, great extras. Only thing missing are the scripts from the BBC series that were included with the DVD set. Hope for Pit. Whatever.
I didn't know that. Well, you know, you can't have everything. A Quatermass in the Pit. Yes. What I want. Okay. Can I just? And there's also the Quatermass TV miniseries. I don't know if they can do that, but can I just? I want to make a plea. I know they might not have the rights, but I would like to get a box set of this size for Vampire Circus, my favorite Hammer movie, or the Karnstein trilogy. But Vampire Circus, they might not have the rights. I just want it. The Ray Infinity Show says, had a great conversation with you last night. Wanted to let you know I just purchased the Galactus popcorn bucket. I'll put it on the Ghostbusters casket. Yeah, can you buy that early? I'm going to go get that thing, man. That's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah.
So you already read Hope for Pit?
They're making more money with the popcorn buckets than the movies.
I know, man. That popcorn bucket is dope. Okay, Deets. I am done with my physical media for the week.
Okay.
How about you?
I have some stuff left, Rob, that I could show or save for next week.
Up to you.
Depends on how long are we willing to go today?
Well, I wanted to wrap it up shortly, but I plan on wrapping up by 1. But we got time. We got the news, man.
Considering you have obligations, I would say do the news first, and then we see if we have time left.
Okay, we got some good news. This is like the most Dieter Bastian news ever, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. So here's the news. Physical media news. Let me bring it to you. Let's see what we got. This week, let's start with Scarface. They're going to release Scarface because you know what? Everybody wants a look at this box set, a Tony Montana box set. The world is yours if you buy yet another release of Scarface. I might get this only because it is Scarface. And why not? Look at that. Come on. You know you want it. Then we've got The Conjuring, the first Conjuring, going back to the beginning. The first Conjuring in 4K. You're asking yourself, wasn't that released? Apparently not. They're going back to the beginning. There's a new Conjuring coming out. Not in 4K. Number 1, where it all began, coming out in 4K. Then we have this Karate Kid box set. Look at this. You got an arena. I mean, if you love the Karate Kid, this is your box set. I mean, wax on, wax off. I mean, you know you're going to buy this, aren't you? You're going to totally buy this. Are you? You got to buy this. Come on.
Deny, Rob. These are confirmed, not deny.
You totally are going to buy this. You know you're going to buy this. I mean, you know it. I know it.
It's pre-ordered, Rob. It's pre-ordered.
Oh, it's pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's what you say, it's of course.
At the moment, Rob, I think it has only a US release. It's not coming out anywhere else. At the moment, I have not seen it popping up anywhere else than America.
Well, okay. So you got to get it from the Americans. Once again, I understand. It's pretty cool. Looks good to me. Then we have Invasion USA. No, not that one. Filmmasters is bringing us a newly restored version of the old Invasion USA, and it comes with Rocket Attack USA 2 coming out from Filmmasters. I mean, that looks, pretty cool. And then, of course, we have Town Without Pity. Great movie with Kirk Douglas, Town Without Pity. I mean, look at that. You want that. Poor Kirk Douglas. He looks troubled because he lives in a town without pity. And it's coming out. So is a 4K version of Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. I love this movie. The Asian representation is not maybe what you would like, and it might not fly today. But hey, Come on, a director of James Bond movies made this. Remo Williams, The Adventure begins. And now, one of two movies that I know Dieter cannot wait for, from Severin, Night of the Sharks. Because Dieter buys anything with sharks. Why wouldn't you get this? Dieter, Bastian, Night of the Sharks. You know you want it. I mean, come on. How can you... Look at this cover. Severin knows what's up.
Yeah,
Severin knows.
awesome.
They're putting out these shark movies because they know. They're like, oh, Dieter Bastian over at that physical media show. He'll buy it. He'll buy anything with sharks. And why not?
And the second one?
Well, that's coming, dude. Hold your horses. I'm taking you on a story for... Hang on.
Okay.
We'll get there. The second one's... Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. You know, we're going to get to that. Don't you want to know about this movie and what it's about? Night of the Sharks.
Okay, tell me.
Would you like to know? Well, let me tell you. This is Tonino Ricci's Night of the Sharks from 1988. It stars Treat Williams, Janet Gren, Antonio Fargas, Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch. And I'm telling you, the release is scheduled to arrive on the market later this summer. 3-time Golden Globe nominee Treat Williams of Hair and Prince of the City fame took the Italian sharksploitation plunge in this insane and weirdly good-natured action thriller, now officially licensed on North American disc for the first time. Life in a quiet Mexican fishing village is ripped to pieces when a laid-back guide played by Treat Williams and his business partner, blaxploitation legend Antonio Fargas, become entangled with international assassins, $2 million in diamonds, and a local shark named Cyclops, with an insatiable hunger for foolish divers. I mean, come on. This movie has shark stunts by Ramon Bravo from Zombie fame and a deliriously 80s synth score by Stelvio Cipriani, who did the music for The Laughing Woman. Stelvio Cipriani is one of the greatest, other than Ennio Morricone. No one scores a film like Stelvio Cipriani does. And this is in 4K. Come on, man. There's even a trailer for this. Night of the Sharks. This is for you, Deets. Come on now. You know you want it. And if you don't like that, you can Ally McGraw, who nobody remembers anymore, but she was the shit back in the day. Goodbye Columbus. Coming out from Fun City, that put out Bobby Roth's Heartbreakers, which is a partner label to Vinegar Syndrome. Goodbye Columbus. Neil Klugman, played by Richard Benjamin from Westworld Quark fame. A young librarian in New Jersey has eyes for Brenda Potemkin, Ally McGraw, a beautiful Radcliffe student. Although they're both Jewish, Brenda's family is a much wealthier and more conservative family than Neil's. As their relationship matures, their differing cultural backgrounds cause Brenda's mother to have trepidations about the couple. As their disparate ideas about sex and birth control come to the fore, their feelings for each other are tested. Goodbye, Columbus. You know what? In this day and age, I'm sure everyone's going to run out and buy this movie. So there you go. Then we've got Airplane 2. Not as good as the first Airplane, but actually much more awesome than the first Airplane because William Shatner is in it. And he's great. The Tower. Why doesn't anyone know? There's no Tower? No one tells me these things. Come on, this movie's great. Then we've got Angst coming out from Umbrella. You know what? They act like this movie is the greatest horror film ever. I love Umbrella, but I Angst, it's good. It's interesting. Angst from 1983, but it's a new 4K restoration. Look, you should buy everything that they do. But Angst, I don't know. Is it exciting? Maybe. Not as exciting as Linda Blair in Dead Sleep, also coming from Severin. I mean, is this the best they could do with the cover? Does this make you want to buy this movie, Dead Sleep? Alex Mills' Dead Sleep from 1990, starring Linda Blair, Andrew Booth, Christine Amore, and Brian Mole. And let me tell you about Dead Sleep. I knew nothing about this movie. Academy Award nominee Linda Blair stars in this Oz-sploitation shocker based on the real-life Chelmsford Hospital horror that led to 24 deaths. This stunned 80s Australia and rocked the world of mental health care forever. A new nurse arrives at a private clinic and discovers that the renowned resident psychiatrist is treating short-term patients with a combination of coma-like sedation and electroconvulsive therapy. But when these unorthodox procedures trigger dozens of tragedies, she'll risk her own life to expose decades of malpractice and murder. Actually, this sounds really good. I'll go watch this. Based on a true story. And there you go. So, hey, it's Linda Blair. Why not get it? Then here's another Dieter movie, like maybe the Dieterest movie ever, Stockholm Bloodbath. Well, there you go. See, I already told. See, look at that. They even used the font from Star Trek. It's the Star Trek font. So you already own this movie. So see, I knew it was the Dieterest movie ever. Michael Hallström's Stockholm Bloodbath from 2024. Well, there you go. You got it coming. But now here's look at this. Now, of course, Sergei Eisenstein, the great Russian filmmaker who basically wrote the book. He literally wrote the book on editing. He made, of course, Battleship Potemkin. And the BFI, British Film Institute, they're always putting out great stuff. They're putting out the 100th anniversary Battleship Potemkin film. This is, of course, from 1925. The editorial of this, Brian De Palma, ripped off this movie for Untouchables, the Odessa Steps sequence. And by the way, you know what? Vladimir Putin, please stop attacking Ukraine. We got this coming out, and we need the Odessa Steps intact. But interesting about this, to mark the centenary of Sergei Eisenstein's legendary silent battleship Potemkin, a special edition of the film in a restored version made by the Deutsche Cinematheek with the celebrated score by, get this, the Pet Shop Boys. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as, I'm telling you. Opportunities. You've got the brains, I've got the looks, let's make lots of money. I mean, the Pet Shop Boys scored this movie. I have the score, it's great. With the celebrated score by Tennant and Lowe, the Pet Shop Boys will be released for the first time in cinemas, so you know Victoria's going to go, and a 2-disc Blu-ray and CD package by the BFI. And it's going to open on August 22nd of next month. Music by the Pet Shop Boys will open in selected cinemas in the UK and Ireland ahead of a week-long run, a special double screening event at BFI South Bank on Friday, September 25th. I mean, this is amazing. It's got a new restoration of the film by Deutsche Cinematheek, the Pet Shop Boys soundtrack on CD. There's all kinds of special features. There's an illustrated booklet with new writing. This is one of the classics of silent cinema. It's also why we were so excited that we had the title of this show referring to this. The British are bringing the Russians to our shores once again. And what a great thing. You're getting the Pet Shop Boys score in addition to this on Blu-ray. Obviously, a 4K you don't really need a 4K for this movie. So, hey, it's pretty great that it's coming out. You go, BFI. You never miss. You never miss. Very exciting. Then we have, Mondo Macabro, or let's call it what it is. Mondo Macabro Blu-ray releases, and every time they put something out, I just feel I need to own it, and this is one of the reasons why. Karen Schubert, by the way, have you ever, Karen Schubert, the great Karen Schubert, everyone remembers Karen Schubert, right? No, you don't. But she stars in this movie, and she's a pretty and ambitious young girl, and she leaves her boring village and travels to Paris in search of a better life. She meets Francois, a sophisticated older woman who takes her in and starts to educate her on the finer things in life. Glamorous parties, expensive clothes, and lush apartments. But Britt soon discovers that there's a price to pay for all this luxury, and that price is Britt herself. Francois introduces Britt to the sinister and sadistic Manuel, who soon makes it plain that her role to supply sexual favors to his rich and powerful clients. I mean, you know what? Why would you not want this? Mondo Macabro, not to be outdone, is also putting out next month Sexomania, and this is part of the Greek Collection, Volume 5. This disc includes a second feature, Lady Desire. First of all, remember, This is volume 5 of their Greek collection series. And we've got Sexomania and Lady Desire. Why wouldn't you want this? Concerned for the mental health of his beautiful wife, Lena, successful entrepreneur and neglectful husband, Demetrius Sotos consults a psychiatrist. Determined to get to the root of the problem, the expert physician attempts to shed light on Lena's troubled childhood and her turbulent secret love life. I wonder what that secret love life is. Judging from the cover, it's one I want to watch. As a result, a vivid kaleidoscope unfolds as these social prejudices, emotional trauma, broken dreams, and unspoken passions that shaped Lena's character come to light. But the question remains, can the unconventional psychotherapist help Lena rid herself of the ungovernable urge to seek pleasure in all the wrong places? I have to say, looking at this cover, this is not all the wrong places. These are all the right places that I go to seek pleasure. I'm just saying. And not to be outdone, the third Mondo Macabro release is Verona, The Vengeance of the Vampire. Sex, blood, and hairy monsters. I kid you not, look at the bottom of that disc. Sex, blood, and hairy monsters in a feast of Bollywood horror. This is an Indian movie, apparently, Verona. And you know what? Indian films that have sex, blood, and hairy monsters, they're right up my alley. All right up my alley. And Mondo Macabro is bringing us that. Let's find out, what is this movie about? In Verona, Vengeance of the Vampire, a local landowner's daughter is possessed by the spirit of a dead witch and becomes a blood-sucking seductress. God, I love that. On the next moonless night, she will be used in a hideous ritual to raise the evil witch from her tomb. Verona is one of the most popular horror films made by the Ramsey brothers. It was also one of their most controversial. Its sexually charged theme of female vampires seeking out and seducing male victims before draining them of blood was a shocker by mid-'80s Bollywood standards, and the film's release was delayed by censorship problems for a number of years. The film's female lead, Jasmine, became a sensation, but she disappeared following the film's premiere and was never seen again on screen, and her whereabouts remain a mystery even to this day. Well, you know what happens to girls who do bad things in India, especially if they ride buses. Oh, wait, I'm not going to go there. But, you can look it up. Then we come to Severin releasing a movie called Skinheads. Severin, man, I'm telling you, between sharks and skinheads, what a company. This is from 1993. In a shared career that has included Eurocult classics like Hell of the Living Dead, Rats Night of Terror, Zombie 4, Shocking Dark, and Robo-War and beyond, this explosive 1993 drama from director Claudio Fragasso and his screenwriter, life partner Rosella Drudy is unlike anything they've ever done and their most unexpected triumph of all. Marco is an unemployed 22-year-old stoner who still lives at home with his mother, which is basically every 22-year-old American man now. But when he's drawn to a local group of neo-Nazis, their escalating violence toward immigrants and minorities, also what every 22-year-old man is doing now, will collide with his growing relationship with a beautiful African woman, Franca Batois. And there you go. This is a powerful shocker, scanned in 4K from the original camera negative. Hey, sounds good to me. Ultimately, I want to see Nazis get punched, and I'm in. So then we come to Radiance. Radiance is releasing some good stuff. Always releasing some good stuff. We have another great a box set. Or is this? No, this isn't the box set. This is not. Wait, I'm hang on. This is Malpertuis. It's John, a sailor nearly arrived on shore, is unsure about returning to the land, but makes his journey to visit his childhood home, only to find it's no longer there. He goes to Bar Venus and joins his friends, but an altercation leaves him knocked out cold. He wakes up in Malpertuis, a Gothic mansion presided over by his uncle, played by Orson Welles. All the inhabitants of Malpertuis are waiting for Orson Welles to die and the opportunity to inherit the vast fortune. But Cassavis wishes anyone who inherits the money to stay there forever. This has stunning photography by Gary Fisher, who shot The Exorcist 3, and it's scored by George Delarue. Wow. And this, by the way, is directed by Harry Kumel, who made, guess what? You might remember him from, yes, that's right, Daughters of Darkness. And this is, this is like the Citizen Kane of lesbian vampire porn. So actually it's not porn, but hey, he directed it. They're also putting this out. So it's a love fest. So why not? And then we also have Pocket Money, not to be outdone. Pocket Money is a different title than the first Henry Kumel titles. I don't know what this is about, but it's the summer of 1976 in the quaint town of Thiers. Life is abuzz at the local school. Confident Patrick is besotted with his young teacher, Mimi. His friend and new transfer, Julian, struggles, though through no fault of his own, to keep up. Meanwhile, Bruno teaches his peers other important life lessons, like how to chat up girls. Together, this interwoven series of vignettes capture the children as they navigate the joys and heartbreak of growing up. Hey, that could be good. You never know. Sounds good to me. It's French, and someone's in love with their teacher, which means something good could happen. Then we have another box set of Dai, I can't pronounce it, but Gothic Japanese Ghost Stories Volume 2. Their first volume was great. This has The Demon of Mount O, The Haunted Castle, and The Ghost of Kasane Swamp. And these are new 4K restorations of each film. I would get it. The first box set was great. Why not? And then we have more Japanese horror. Oh, these are the three that are in the box set. This is The Demon of Mount O-E, whatever. The Ghost of Kasane Swamp, and The Haunted Castle. I love Japanese horror, and Japanese ghost stories are great, because in Japan, you can never escape the ghosts. They know what you did, and you're fucked. This is The Fall of Otrar, which I don't know what this is. I just put it here because it looked interesting. This is a film from Janus Films, and it's a new film. It's not a new film, but it's a 4K restoration that was just done from the 1991 film The Fall of Otrar. And this is Kazakh. I guess it's from Kazakhstan. New wave director. The Fall of Otrar is a hypnotic epic about one of world's history's crucial military battles. Wow, in the 13th century, Genghis Khan conquered Otrar, a major city in the old Persian kingdom of Khwarazm, something. I can't pronounce that. Khwarazm, the gateway to the west. This victory marked the fearsome warrior's first campaign beyond traditional Mongol territory and the opening salvo to his near-complete domination of Central Asia and Eastern Europe. Evoking the dynamic pacing of Akira Kurosawa, this the hallucinatory sensuousness of Tarkovsky. Wow, this sounds great. Of Khan's imminent invasion. Hey, this looks good. I'll buy this. You said Genghis Khan? I'm in. Now, here's the second movie that Dieter Bastian is going to buy. I said there were two. This is the second. And you know what? If you don't have this already, Dieter, you're going to buy it now from Severin. That's right. Monster Shark. Ladies and gentlemen, Monster Shark is coming out, not to be mixed up with another Severin title, of course, Night of the Sharks. Monster Shark is different. It's a different movie. Sharksploitation. This comes to us. Lamberto Bava is directing. Luigi Cozzi from Star Crash is involved. They're among the screenwriters. This Italian sharksploitation favorite has a certified monster pedigree. When several locals in a coastal Florida town are found with limbs chomped off, an electronics expert joins a team of marine biologists to hunt a genetically modified creature. Oh my God, that is part shark. I kid you not. It's part shark and part octopus and 100% prehistoric fish from hell. It says it right there. This is the complete European version of this one-of-a-kind gem, newly scanned in 4K from the original camera negative with 2.5 hours of special features and a bonus soundtrack CD. Dude, if you don't get this, I don't want to know you. Monster Shark, half octopus, half shark. All terror. I threw in the all terror part. Oh my God. How do you not want this? Do you want this, Dieter?
Before all those shark movies, Shark Octopus, I don't know, that those movies already existed way back then.
Yeah, man, and this is Italian sharksploitation, which means you get some boobs and you get blood. It's not cheesy. They make
someone in the live chat, I think it was Altmetal, said it is the Giallo Shark movies.
The Giallo Shark movies. And by the way, this isn't Asylum. This is not like, God bless you, Anthony Ferrante. It's not like Sharknado. These are serious monster shark movies, half octopus, half shark, all awesome. So it's not like those other movies. These are different, and you will buy this. So, monster shark, people. Who doesn't want this? Severin, God bless you. Coming to us from Kino, Night of the Juggler in 4K. Very interesting film. James Brolin's in this movie. And Brenda Vaccaro is not his wife like she is in Capricorn 1. But, you know, Brenda Vaccaro was in Supergirl, too. I don't know what to tell you. This is a good one from Kino Lorber. The Accountant 2, I was wondering if this was going to get a physical media release, but it is. I like the first Accountant 2. The first Accountant, I really like this movie, too. Like this franchise. Really like John Barenthal in this and Ben Affleck. Their chemistry was great. So here we go. Then Cinematograph is putting out a new Leaf. This is an Elaine May Walter Matthau film. You know, Cinematograph, I love you guys, but what's with this cover? Maybe this was the original key art, and I shouldn't complain. But if it's not, I'm going to complain. This is from 1971, and it stars Walter Matthau, Elaine May, and Jack Weston, George Rose, and James Coco. So, hey, if you want that. Now, this might be my favorite release of the week. This movie comes to us from Turkey. Yes, from Turkey. Bastian.
Oh.
Bastian in 4K. This movie is fucking great. The late, great John Schnepp told me about this movie. He said, don't read anything about it, just watch it. It used to be on Netflix. Maybe it's still buried there. But this is in 4K, coming to us from Severin. I already have their version of it in 4K. This movie is about a bunch of racist cops who are sent to a drug bust at a house. Let's just say things go...
And we leave it there, Rob.
I'm going to leave it there. No one needs to know anything more about it. Just watch Bastian. Wow, wow, wow. Bastian means like police raid or something. That's what the word is in Turkish. Just get this. Okay. Then, this is interesting. Actually, I should probably blow these up, but there's like a new label. This is called Refuse Films. I mean, refuse, meaning like garbage films. Is this a new company? British label Refuse Films has announced that it will add 3 new titles to its Blu-ray catalog. Cat Sick, Blues, Off-Ramp, and Rock and Roll Frankenstein. Refuse Films presents 3 brand new Blu-rays featuring the most subversive, transgressive, and disturbing films from the underground world of independent cinema. Series 1 of the Refuse Films line includes Cat Sick Blues, the world Blu-ray premiere of Off-Ramp, and Rock and Roll Frankenstein. Cat Sick Blues. When Ted's beloved cat dies, the trauma triggers a mental breakdown. His broken brain prompts him to bring his feline friend back. All he needs is 9 human lives. Oh, you know what? I'm in. I'll buy this. Cat Sick Blues, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't take long to convince me. Then we have Off-Ramp. Off-Ramp, a couple of lovable, degenerate juggalos must sojourn through America's hellish underbelly to the gathering of the juggalos, the one place on earth they feel accepted. Okay. There's all kinds of special features. I don't know much about being a juggalo. Maybe I should watch this, you know. I'd like to be a gigolo, but not necessarily a juggalo. So, hey, Off-Ramp might be the film for me. Then we have Rock and Roll Frankenstein. A music agent, his necrophiliac nephew, and a burnt-out roadie join forces to create a superstar from the body parts of legendary dead rockers. Oh, come on. We're in, right? But things go bad when Jim Morrison's genitalia is mistakenly switched for Liberace's. I kid you not. Oh, my God. Rock and Roll Frankenstein. What can we say? What happens when you switch Jim Morrison's junk with Liberace's? I'd say a good party. At least that. Capote coming out on Blu-ray. You know, the great... I mean, this is actually... Philip Seymour Hoffman's so great in Capote. I like this movie a lot. So there you go. It's coming out. If you want it, get it. And then finally, The Graduate. Studio Canal coming in a box set, coming in hot. It'll release on 4K, the Blu-ray of the Graduate starring Anne Bancroft and Dustin Hoffman. This movie's, it's famous. Who doesn't love The Graduate? And as anybody who's seen it will know, plastics. That's all you need to know, plastics. And then we come to the top-selling Blu-ray disc, all formats, a Minecraft movie, Warfare #2, A24 coming in hot, The Monkey, A Working Man, Jaws, Sorcerer, oh my God, it took till after William Friedkin is dead to be appreciated, Snow White, Kingdom of Heaven, Captain America, Brave New World, and No Country for Old Men. Look at that, Criterion is on this list multiple times. All is right with the world. George
half
Felton,
price, Rob. Half price.
half price right now, all over the place. George Feltenstein teaming up with Criterion to bring us Sorcerer. That's why we love him. And then 4K only, Warfare A24 #1. The #1 4K. By the way, the sound mix on Warfare is absolutely insane. Kingdom of Heaven is #2. A Minecraft movie is #3. Sorcerer is #4. Dark City from Arrow, #5. Brazil, another Criterion title. Look at Criterion killing it here. Okay, we got Brazil from Criterion, Jaws. Then look at this. Anora, The Big Heat, and No Country for Old Men. This has to be a result of the the Criterion half-price sale at Barnes & Noble.
People using that sale.
People are using it. Look at that. Look at all those
title.
5 Criterion. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, 5 Criterion titles in the top 10 of top-selling 4K Ultra HD discs. Very, very exciting, Deets. That's exciting. And that is all the news that is fit to print. Indeed it is.
So, do we have some super chats left, Rob, before I do?
I don't know. I mean, I could look and find out. Let's see. I'm sure there might be. There might be tips too. Let me look. I think, did I read 200 Watt Studio says I just got my Quatermass 2 4K on Tuesday. Both sets, Experiment and this, are beautiful. Great extras. The only thing missing are the scripts. Oh, we already read that from the BBC serials that were in the DVD. Stubble McShave sends in a tip and says, I just got back from watching Superman. It was fine, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe there's no general superhero movie fatigue, but I certainly don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a variation on a theme. Way to bum me out. Way to bum me out, Stubble. But you know what? You might not be wrong.
Keep my expectations in check, then, Stubble.
Yeah. So there you go. We're caught up.
Here, Rob, if you want, you can take a break. I make the live chat recap from last week.
There you go.
And
I'll
I say,
just chill out.
Previously on Let's Get Physical Media. The first one will delight Rob totally. Lord Hoth, I agree about Goonies not being any good.
God bless
And
you.
the Alex Sorber, Golden Child was not funny at theater. I'm sure it's still not funny today.
No, it's not.
Thomas Logan. Last Action Hero is brilliant. Just came out before its time. People weren't ready for it. Should have come out in '99, right before Arnold retired to become governor of California. Lord Thor said just deeds. Some people were probably happy, in all respect. Albina, there's no way that Max can do it the way like Dieter. Perhaps not, but at least he could tell you that he loved Superman, while you have to wait on my take on it. Albinal, the Black Forest is at least as nice as Saarbrücken. I would say probably yes. I let it slide. Albinal. Thomas Logan, considering Jurassic World Rebirth made 320 million this week. Half of that is here in the States. Universal probably greenlit the next one already. Hopefully not. Robert Giacinta, there's more trailers on this show than there is at AMC. And Michel D says, I'll be back in a couple of hours when the show actually starts. Star Crash 1138 says, Sabrina looks incredible on 4K. And Martin Bresswell, 28 years later, was awesome. Marlin Bresswell, sorry. Mr. Gonzal, 09. F1 was awesome. Jurassic World sucked in my view. Thomas Logan, he lives right by the French border. That is correct, Thomas. But I live right by the French border. Not over it. Clemens, really in no rush myself to watch the new Jurassic World movie. Me neither. Especially not after the Bad Canadian Kid and Rob destroyed it in their review. Dark Hero fan. Jurassic World didn't deserve what it made. That movie was shite. The Alex Sorber. F1 makes me want the 4K for Grand Prix even more. That was also beautifully shot and put you in the car. Will be in incredible 4K, certainly. Mr. Gonzalo 9. If the box office was awesome this week, it gives me hope for Superman. Started good. Let's see next week how it will turn out. AJ, apparently Jurassic World didn't even good 3D. Okay. What can you do? Uncle Jimmy left my ass off. Did he say Bad Canadian Kid? Of course, because the Bad Canadian Kid doesn't watch K-pop, Demon Hunters. Shows his bad taste again. No, what can I say? Tim Entz, Dietz, The Lost World, Jurassic Park is great. Totally. My book 2, awesome sequel. BCH said, considering last week I talked a little bit about that I saw the Scottish samurai movie that we didn't know we needed, Tornado. And he says, but is there a tornado? No, it's actually the name of the main protagonist. BCH, does someone fight a tornado? No, that it doesn't do that either. Thomas Logan, Netflix movies tend to underwhelm. Unfortunately, yes, but K-pop Demon Hunters actually delivered. BCH didn't care for the first old guard, then there's no need for you to watch the second one, which was a step down. Gordon Vidal, considering Tornado. Gordon Vidal, sorry, Dieter, but I am Scottish and I saw Tornado and I have to say it's Scottish and it's crap. No, it wasn't. Gordon, it was great. You're on thin ice again, Gordon. Ajay Skorenki, hey Dieter, the Old Guard 2 is on my watch list. Really want to see it. Okay, and get back to me. And Professor Deng, considering Squid Game Season 3. The CGI baby lost me. Yeah, I noticed that, but it didn't turn me off. I'm already almost used to it now that I will get some wonky effects here and there. Gordon Vidal, considering Tornado. Well, guys, to answer your question, I really saw Tornado. Was that bad? Because I was expecting a samurai movie in Scotland and there's almost zero action. Unfortunately, there was no haggis. That's always a problem, of course. If you go in with certain expectations about what you will be getting, considering just the poster artwork and so, I can totally see that. But for me, it totally worked. I thought it was great. Professor Deng, is Apple TV Foundation difficult to watch? Professor, I don't actually know what you mean by that question. Difficult to watch from story perspective? I have no idea. And Paul and Brunotto, can't wait to get Danger Diabolic on 4K.
It looks so good.
Nice. Syrian Penguin just finished Pluto. It's nuts. Yeah, certainly. Gordon Vidal, you can't loop a helicopter. Yes, Gordon, you can, because I saw it in Blue Thunder. You can do that. Walter Whitewalker, best part of Terminator 3, when he talks to the hand. Actually, not Walter. The best part is when he removes his battery, throws it away, and then the nice mushroom cloud appears, and he says, relax. I can tell you how often I use that scene to demonstrate a little bit of sound, what sound can do. Dark Hero fan, I didn't like Nomads, the movie I showed from John McTiernan. The first time I saw it as a kid, I rewatched it 10 years later and loved it. It's always great to go back to a movie which you then have a completely different view on it, hopefully, of course, a positive later. Dickie Holmes, I'm liking my Furiosa Blu-ray more and more after each rewatch. Okay. Bill Barkley, speaking of German things, Blu-ray of Knight Rider from Turbine has the series uncut. So I don't know, is the 4K coming out in the States? Are there some episodes not not really fully. I have no idea. Admiral, considering a tip from Max, I ordered Hitman just because of your recommendation. I hope it's versus. Me too, Admiral. And we will hold Max to that high standards that he gave us as recommendation by the movie Hitman from Warner Archive. Major Chai, F1 is my number 1, followed by Sinners at number 2. Professor Deng, for me F1 is the best theatrical experience I have this year, but Sinners was a better movie. Handelo says, just here to remind everyone that there can only be one Dietz. Secular Monk, Dietz is one of the main reasons I watch every week. Thank you. Brightstone Pictures, that question came up when Max was there. And the man says, Cast Grayskull can always give Dietz one of their weeks. Yeah, she could do that. Derek, Germans have that animal magnetism. Just a quick Scorpions shout out here. Danzig 1979. Wonder how much he spends a month on physical media. I'm envious. You don't need to be Danzig 1979. Curate what you purchase. That's what I'm going to say. Timens, so Dietz zooms into the swastika here on Operation Condor. I have to do what I have to do. No? Apocalypse Cow. Dieter, what's your top 3 Jackie Chan movies? It's really tough, but I said I would probably put Operation Condor in the top 3. Then at 1, I would have Police Story because just I have that much nostalgia for that movie. It was a VHS rental, and I probably watched Police Story 3 or 4 times over the weekend before I had to return the VHS to the store. So probably Police Story is my favorite simply because my ties to that movie. It was really the first movie that I became aware of Jackie. Perhaps I've seen one of his movies earlier, but Police Story was really the one that put him on the map for me, even if I've seen him in Cannonball Run or something like that. Then the third one, tough one. I'm probably picking Drunken Master 2, which is out from Warner Archive. Just to have a little bit variation in the 3, we have Police Story with a little bit more hardened cop thriller than here, more adventure comedy. Drunken Master with his new fighting style, but more an older approach considering the look. So that 3 I would put in the top 3 of Jackie Chan. Walter White Walker. I don't get why The Walking Dead gets so much hate. Negan is one of the best characters on TV, and Dead City and There Goes to Present Day Paris are both great. Me too, Walter. I love Walking Dead always through, and I can have Negan, read the telephone book and be happy about it. Alvaro, Sinus Amaro says, Dieter, Chelsea Quinn, yeah, bro, a great writer, novelized Nomads. Also wanted to mention Odds Against Tomorrow, great novel by William P. McGivern and the film by Robert Wise. Reese, Dieter, please get a letterbox. I want to see what you're watching. I'm unfortunately not on letterbox. Only my WhatsApp contacts are in a small circle that get some reviews from me. Das Vengeance, I will die day 1 on the Black Hole in 4K. Yeah, when the Disney title, which is on their own collection.
I want 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea first. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Priorities.
First, come on. And Das Vengeance Foundation Season 3, it's not out yet. Yeah, we are not media access, Das Vengeance. What can I tell you? We are not media access. Somebody else is, or has a friend that has media access. Das Vengeance, I love Rob's track rants. We all do. Critical Nature, use your aggressive feelings, Rob. Let the hate flow through you.
Oh, I do.
You did last week. Rhaegar Targaryen, this rant, this is why I come here. And that mentioned, I have tried 3 times to watch Section 31. I just can't do it. Why have you even tried it?
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's not worth watching. It's just embarrassing. I can't believe it.
And BCH, Rob says, Rob didn't do a show all week, and this is the result, the rant later last week. That's mentioned, I probably won't go to see Superman or Fantastic Four or the New Jersey Park world. Really have no interest in them, really tired of the franchises. And Das Vengeance, but he continued, I surprisingly liked Thunderbolts. Watched it last night. And that was the live chat room from last
Well,
week.
that was a lot of fun, you guys. I mean, the live chats are always good. We have a few more super chats, and then we gotta wrap this up because I gotta go to Dave Scow's 70th birthday party.
Yeah.
The Ray Infinity Show says, had a great conversation with you last night. I wanted to let you know I just purchased the Galactus popcorn bucket. I'll put it on the Ghostbusters casket. I read that, but I wanted to read that again because Major Chai Chai sent me a little letter. And hang on, let me get to it and read this. I saw this during when you were reading the live chat. I want to make sure that everybody is properly serviced on this channel. And Major Chai Chai writes, check this out. She says the bucket, the Galactus popcorn bucket, you could actually order it now. Order it online. The Fantastic Four First Steps Galactus LED popcorn bucket. If you go, you know what, I should put the get a chance to get early access. It's $80. $80. The limited edition Fantastic Four Galactus First Steps LED popcorn bucket is a massive collectible, glowing bright with cosmic LED eyes, featuring Galactus in epic detail. It's perfect for Marvel fans. Light up the movie night and devour snacks like a world eater. This bucket is big, like really big. That means it needs a really big box to arrive safely. Because of this, shipping will cost a bit more than usual. So you can order this. You know what? I can tell you this, but I'd rather show it to you. So I'm going to go put this in the live chat. Thank you, Major Chai Chai. You can, I put it in the live chat. That's where you can order the Galactus popcorn bucket. So there you go. Professor Dang says, I was rewatching Batman Forever this past week. Not the best Batman movie, but you can't beat Kiss by a Rose from Seal. I love Seal. I think you're right about that. Park Narks says, I got the new Criterion Sorcerer 4K. I first saw this movie on a cropped DVD and loved it. Anyway, I'm so stoked. Keep up the great work, guys. Well, yes, Sorcerer is a great movie. Great banger of a Tangerine Dream score, and one of the greatest soundtracks Tangerine Dream ever did. So, hey, what is not to love? So, there you go. Yeah. So, check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there you go.
Okay. So, Rob, even if I would have some titles, I will keep them back so that we can wrap this up and you can go to your birthday party. So I will go and say, jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Well, as Dieter said, every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. And with that, I want to say thank you all for supporting this channel via Super Chats and Tips. We had a great 5-hour member call yesterday. That was epic. And then a 5-hour Midnight Metal, which was also epic. And this show...
This is easy peasy, Rob. Only 3 hours.
Only
Let's get
3 hours.
For
This
you.
is epic. I'm going to go jump in the shower, change my shirt, put on some cologne, hit some, shave my balls. And I'm just kidding about that. Actually, not really. I'm gonna. We're going to that birthday party. So if you know Dave Scow and you're going to be there, I'll see you there in about an hour and 20 minutes. All right, kids, I want to thank you all for supporting physical media. Go and check out that Kino Lorber sale. Criterion's having a 50% off sale. Amazon is matching it. But go to Barnes & Noble because they've been doing it for a long time. They do a great job shipping. But go to Barnes & Noble. Get those Criterion titles 50% off. A lot of the labels, Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, Radiance. I mean, a lot of the time, Barnes & Noble has Radiance titles on sale. So there's a lot of great deals to be had in physical media. Go to Super Deluxe Edition and pick up whatever they have left. Thank you for repopping this title. I want to thank you for that. I'm very excited. And go to Lionsgate Limited. Write Lisa Stevenson love letters and tell her I sent you. And tell her that... Actually, go write Lisa Stevenson and tell her that Roman Polanski's The Ninth Gate needs the same kind of treatment as Frailty. Tell her I sent you. You do that. I want everybody to write her a letter. I'm not going to give you her email. You're going to look for it. I don't know. Anyway, Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. And thank you to Max Allen Collins for popping in. And thank you for Castle Grayskull for flirting with Dave Parker last night in the live chat on our show. So there we go. We're done. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be here next week. I might be in my 20th or 40th or whatever it is. High school reunion.
Just let me know ahead of time, Rob.
I will.
Just let me know ahead of time.
All right, everyone.
Okay.
Enjoy.